So maybe I can't have that stream up. Okay. I need to change this. No, I don't want that up. Pull this up. All right, there we go. So this one's up. There we go. All right, I think it's live. I think it's live now. We'll see if this is actually live. I believe it's live. Here we go. We got it up. We got it up. Listen, I have to get used to this. This is the first time I've done a live stream in quite some time. So it was supposed to come up at 12 and I'm a little late because I had trouble getting it up, but we're good to go now. So basically the whole intro is off. So what I'm doing is, and let me move this down so you can see. I'm going to be doing just some mock drafts, some live mock drafts, and I could do it on Underdog, but I don't want to have to just spend a bunch of money to just keep doing it on Underdog. So what I want to do here is, and I'm going to move this over so it's easier to see this. Let's see. First, I got to make a pick real quick. All right. That should be better. Yeah, it's easier to see. All right. So I'm going to, let me move this up as well. All right. Then you can see my team over here that we're building. All right. There we go. So we're good. Some bumps here, but it's the first live stream in quite some time, so we got to get it right. All right, so let me just pull this over as well. Okay, so we're good. All right, so we got the live stream up. I am doing it over on Yahoo just because I don't want to do it on Underdog because I don't want to have to spend a bunch of money to do a bunch of mock drafts. Like, honestly, I plan on doing mock drafts literally all day today because I have a big league coming up this weekend that I'm in with all my high school friends. There's a bunch of shit talking. I haven't done so well the past 2 years because last year my first four picks went Joe Mixon, who was my second pick. Joe Mixon, Miles Sanders, Chris Carson, Odell Beckham Jr. And you have four guys because you have Odell Beckham get hurt, tear his ACL. He's out for season. I have Chris Carson. All of those guys went down at the same time. Chris Carson gets hurt at the same time. Joe Mixon gets hurt at the same time. Miles Sanders gets hurt at the same time. So it was awful last year. It was awful. And I almost still made the playoffs. All right, so let's see. Let's see who's going here. And I do kind of hate doing these drafts at times because you have players or people who just kind of dip out. Like this guy right here that's going to go to auto pick. It's unfortunate. I don't know. Like, the best way to do it is just organize mock drafts, but tonight I didn't do that. Tonight I was going to do some Underdog drafts last night, but ended up happening. But that's the plan this upcoming week is I'm going to do some Underdog drafts at night, and then during the day make the regular videos. Also put out some more live streams just because live streams are awesome. Live streams, you get to see what's happening in real time. All right, in real time. So as this is coming back now, let's see who I got going. Let's see. We got Jonathan Taylor still there. That's solid value for whoever gets him. We got Najee Harris, my boy repping Pittsburgh, baby. We got Calvin Ridley, who I'm hoping gets to me. I mean, if Joe Mixon gets to me, I'll go Joe Mixon. Clyde, if he's still there, I would go Clyde. I'm not really looking to take a wide receiver yet, just because I feel like the third round for wide receiver, I can get a solid wide receiver in rounds 3 and 4. Honestly, 3, 4, and 5. Like, very good wide receivers are going in that range. You have Amari Cooper. You could get CeeDee Lamb. Tyler Lockett's going later. Brandon Ayuk. Deontay Johnson. There's just so many good wide receivers that can definitely finish inside the top 20 at the position, possibly top 10. So I'll definitely take those guys later and go the running backs early, because it's much harder to find a running back later in the draft. It's much harder. And I actually will have a video coming out soon on that. And what the video is going to be is a study that I conducted for running back, wide receiver ADPs over the past 6 years and where they finished. Who the top 20 wide receivers and running backs were for those years and what their ADP was heading into that season, and show you how crazy deep the wide receiver position is and has been, and how shallow the running back position is, and how hard it is to find those guys that produce later, and why your first 3 picks really should be running back, running back, running back. Unless you get crazy value, then of course go with the value picks. But a guy like Justin Jefferson and a guy like Terry McLaurin, I don't see a huge difference in. So I'd much rather go a running back in this range, and hopefully he hits. 2 guys that I'm still looking at are on the board. Although I do love Justin Jefferson, don't get me wrong. Love Justin Jefferson. I love A.J. Brown, but I like these running backs a little bit more. So who just went? Joe Mixon. Oh, baby. He was the guy I wanted. So I'm going to go Clyde. And yeah, there's a little bit of a risk because last year you have a team that brought in Le'Veon Bell. So there's definitely some risk, as in, are they going to load him up with a bunch of work? Is, Jerick McKinnon, Darrell Williams going to be more involved? I believe this is their guy. What they did this offseason just shows that this is their guy. So CEH is who I want to target. Late 2nd round. He's an ideal target for me. 3rd round. Who I really want to go in the 3rd round is, where's he at here? He's all the way down here. No, he's right there. Pick 38. I love going to DeAndre Swift. Who are the tight ends still on the board here? Are the tight ends gone? Darren Waller. Where's George Kittle at? Let's see. He's probably right in front of me. Right there. George Kittle is right there. I'm going to go, it'd be nice having an upside tight end, but I'm going to go a guy that I believe can be an RB1 this upcoming season, DeAndre Swift. I love DeAndre Swift. I talked about it in the previous video. DeAndre Swift is somebody who you have Anthony Lynn as the head coach in Los Angeles for the Chargers. Over the past 3 years for Anthony Lynn, the running back position is averaging a target share of 26% in those 3 years. 26%. Now the head coach for Detroit, a team that should be bad, a team that needs to throw the football a lot. So DeAndre Swift for me. I love DeAndre Swift. I didn't like him so much in the offseason. Now I'm really falling in love with DeAndre Swift. So I'm a huge fan of DeAndre Swift right now. And a guy that I hope gets back to me, Amari Cooper. I'm also looking at a guy like Tyler Lockett. People will say, oh, he's so inconsistent, which sure he is. But he still finishes inside the top 15 every single year. You're going to get those good games. He's like an old Deshaun Jackson, obviously not as explosive, but in that way. Thoughts on James Robinson, Ronald Jones, and late in drafts? I like Ronald Jones as a football player. It's just what they did this offseason in 0.5 and standard or 0.5 and full point PPR leagues. I like where he's going, but I'd much rather just wait later for Giovanni Bernard and target other guys in that range, just because Gio is going to be their pass catching back. With James Robinson, listen, I was a big fan of James Robinson heading into the season, and it's just the more I think about it, Travis Etienne is going to maybe not take over the starting job, but you don't draft somebody as good as he is in the 1st round not planning to use him. This team is projected to win, I believe it's a win total of 5 games this year, or 6, one of the two. So they're going to have a lot of negative game scripts, meaning Travis Etienne is going to see the ball a lot in the passing game. So I don't have a whole lot of interest in James Robinson. I'd rather go other guys in that range that I think have a higher ceiling, just because James Robinson is going to be capped by not only Travis Etienne, but also Carlos Hyde. They're still going to use Carlos Hyde. And this is a team that also runs the ball with the receivers, which Laviska Shenault's probably going to see a decent amount of work as well. Not a whole bunch, but 20 carries? Nah, maybe not 20. That's a lot. All right, let's see. I do think that he'll be this gadget player for this offense. So coming up here soon, some players that I'm going to target. I like Mike Davis. I did like Mike Davis early in the season, but now it's just like looking at like doing more and more research on Mike Davis. Yeah, the possibility of a big workload is there, and he's somebody that I think is going to be solid for the first few weeks, and then he's going to be an absolute sell high. But like with everything today, all the resources available to everybody, everybody's going to know that, and it's going to be extremely hard for you to sell Mike Davis high when everybody's going to be anticipating that. So me personally, I wouldn't even draft Mike Davis in this range. There's other guys that I would go. I would go a wide receiver. I mean, I have to. I got 3 running backs here. Not that I have to. I still want value, but like guys like Brandon Ayuk, I'm looking at right now. Where's my homie? He already got taken. George Kittle went that late? What? Wow. Pick 41? I wasn't even paying attention. Patrick Mahomes went before him. Lamar Jackson went before him. What the fuck? All right. Anyways, dude, that's crazy. That's absolutely nuts that he went that late. See, this is why these drafts are crazy, and that's why I also like these drafts because yeah, your industry drafts, your underdog drafts are difficult, and everybody tries uber hard, and it's your tryhards. But like your home drafts are crazy at times. Like my home leagues, sometimes people go way earlier than what they should, and it can completely throw you off your draft game and also just the draft in general. That's why I like drafting in Yahoo sometimes. Not all the time, because it is annoying as hell when you have these auto picks and people get like quarterbacks go so early. But anyways, let's see. So who we got here? Oh baby. He's sitting there right for the picking. These wide receivers are still left too. Mark Andrews just went. What is happening here? What is happening? See this? I'll take Amari Cooper every single day. There's still a bunch of guys here that I love, wide receiver wise. Like this is why you wait on wide receiver. Okay, you take your shots in the early rounds for the running backs. Yes, these guys probably won't be here, but Deontay Johnson this late too. Like I love that. You still have is Jamar Chase still? Jamar Chase is there. T Higgins, like, mwah. Perfect. Then you get the running backs. I do like Myles Gaskin. He just went, but Tyler Lockett is the guy that I'm looking at here. What round is this? Or honestly, Kyler Murray. I wouldn't mind having Kyler Murray, but I'm probably going to go Tyler Lockett just because I like quarterbacks later. That's my thing. I like quarterbacks later. Yo, MP, what's good, homie? All right, so let's go. All right, let's do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go Kyler Murray, and we'll see what happens when you take a quarterback in round 5 and how your team looks. I mean, I love Kyler Murray. Honestly, if he's there in round 5, I don't mind taking that. Really, what I should have done, actually, I should have went with Dak, because then I could have had that stack, the Dallas stack. That's what I should have done right now. But I'm going to take Kyler Murray because I absolutely love Kyler Murray. He's my quarterback number 1 heading into the season. And I don't know, like Patrick Mahomes, yeah, he's the best quarterback in the league, but Kyler Murray is an absolute cheat code. So is Lamar Jackson. Like, why aren't these two guys going your number 1 and number 2? Like, these two guys should be your first quarterbacks taken off the board because they're cheat codes. They're absolute cheat codes. I wish Antonio Gibson is undervalued. Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's fair. Running backs, of course, are going to go early because there's just such a high demand for running backs, and he's going in a range where it's like running back 12, 14 range. Like, I feel like that's a good spot for him. I'm comfortable with taking him like mid-second round. I'm fine with that. I wouldn't take him back end round 1 because there's other running backs that will most likely be there. But if he's like the running back early second round, then yeah, I'd probably target him. Honestly, like, here's how I'm approaching it. Travis Kelce in the first round for me is just too rich. Way too rich for my blood. I'm definitely not targeting him in the first round. There's other tight ends. Like George Kittle just went super late. That will never happen. But George Kittle in the third round, I'm more comfortable with that than taking Travis Kelce in the first round. So can I get him and A.J. Brown on my team? I mean, it depends. I probably wouldn't, because that means that you're going to definitely have to get one of them a lot earlier than what they should be going. Unless it's like a 14-team league, then yeah. Maybe 12, like if you want to go. No, because there's still going to be a wide receiver that's better than A.J. Brown. on your team. Like you're gonna have, if you think about it, the top 7. Let's think about the top 7 running backs. You have CMC, Dalvin Cook, Kamara. You have Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, depending on where you want Zeke in there, but you're gonna have Aaron Jones. You have Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley. Like that's 7 running backs, and then Nick Chubb. And now you have to look at the receivers. So you still have Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs. So like all those guys I would much rather want over AJ Brown and Antonio Gibson. And then even when you get later, like going Austin Eckler, I don't even know if I mentioned him yet. Austin Eckler. Like there's just other guys. Oh, it's 16 team? Hell yeah, then that's completely fine. 16 team, yeah. If you're going AJ Brown, yeah, AJ Brown and Antonio Gibson in 16. If you have a later round draft pick, yeah, absolutely. That's completely fine. If you're able to get them. Because those are 2 guys that honestly could go in that range. But if you want to go both of them and you have a later round draft pick, then yeah, absolutely. You could go, I would go Antonio Gibson first, then AJ Brown. If you have like, say, pick 15, 14 even, that's fine. All right, so we're coming up here. So let's see who we're looking at. So I did go quarterback early. I went Kyler Murray. All right, I went Kyler Murray round 5. I got my I have 1 wide receiver, 3 running backs here. 3 running backs that I like a lot, especially DeAndre Swift. Ooh, DeAndre Swift. He's going to be dirty this upcoming season. I'm telling you guys, buy DeAndre Swift now. Then we got Amari Cooper is my wide receiver number 1. And at this spot, there's 2 guys that I'm looking at. Either Robbie Anderson, Odell Beckham Jr., but I have Odell Beckham Jr. ranked higher for me personally, so I'm going to go Odell. Robbie Anderson is completely fine, though. I think he's going to be good. I'm telling you, A.J. Brown will be one of the best wide receivers next year. He already is one of the best wide receivers. He's going at like wide receiver number 6. He already is. To get in the top 5, it's just, he's an alpha wide receiver 100%, but he needs to just see more targets. If he's able to see more targets this upcoming season, he could definitely get in there. But when those guys are getting, not only, I mean, you have really, all of them are seeing like 140 targets easily. So if he's able to get to 140 targets, he can go in that range, but I just don't think he'll be able to get in 140 targets. Let's see. So now I'm completely fine. I'll go with, what round is this? 7? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. I'll go Robbie Anderson. Nah. Cuz I'm going to go with my homie, Michael Carter. Robbie Anderson is technically higher on my draft board than Michael Carter, but I want to go Michael Carter because, yeah, now I got 4 running backs and I'm sitting really good. And later in this draft, there's plenty of wide receiver depth. Like, I love Antonio Brown. Michael Gallup is still there. There's even Juju. Like, I don't love Juju, but getting Juju this late is completely fine for somebody who's finished inside the top 20 at the wide receiver position 3 times in his 4 years in the NFL. What are the chances he does it again? The easy? Maybe he doesn't have the ceiling that other players do, but Jarvis Landry, a good floor play at the wide receiver position. And then you have Corey Davis, who we just saw. I don't know how severe it is. I didn't check out the fantasy docs. Well, that's actually who I was going to say. One of the biggest steals will be Elijah Moore. He did just get hurt. I don't know how serious it is, but I believe it's like a hamstring issue. So that's something that definitely have to monitor. And Corey Davis then is shooting up the draft boards if he's going to miss times. We have Rashad Bateman, who I believe it was a hamstring issue as well, has to get surgery. No, Fantasy Doc says he thinks it's a what is it? Abdominal, like a hernia or something like that. So we have to be careful with Elijah Moore right now. We need to see that. All the Ole Miss wide receivers go off. They're pretty nice. They're nice for sure. So let's see here. What is my pick? So on the way back, Brandon Cooks is still there. Antonio Brown. I bet one of these guys fall to me though. We'll see. We got Robert Tonyan. I mean, this is the worst part about these drafts though. You get to this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna queue up another draft. Because you get to this point and it's kind of like, well shit. So let's see. pull this up. And that way I can just queue up another one, because some mock drafts, a lot of people just dip out. A lot of those people dipped out. So I'll just queue up another mock draft and just wait. Look at that. C. That's because that's what I do all the time. I leave the mock drafts all the time. So let's wait until I'll go ahead and make these next picks though. And then I'm going to just get another mock draft ready. Be prepared. AJ Brown said he's putting all his money on him winning offensive. Wait, who? Oh, offensive rookie of the year. Are you saying? Wait, who are you saying? Elijah Moore? Well, I said this about Elijah Moore. You can go back in my videos and see this, and I don't want to see the worst part about being like a small guy like I am right now and not being big in the industry is that I have to watch what I say, because if I truly say what I mean, sometimes I just feel like people will just discredit. And then when it happens, like people will be like, oh shit, like whatever. But to me, I think that Elijah Moore can be the best wide receiver in this draft class. And I think he's going to be, I don't want to say, because Devontae Smith, I love Devontae Smith. And Jamar Chase is an incredible talent as well. But Elijah Moore, how I compared him when I was watching tape on him, he's Antonio Brown. That's honestly who he is. He's Antonio Brown. He doesn't drop passes. He gets open at will because he's a goddamn technician in his route running ability. He's so silky smooth in his route running. He's so crisp. His change of direction, his head fakes, how he sets up defenders. Devontae Smith is right there with him in terms of his route running ability. So I don't want to say he's going to be the best wide receiver, but he's going to be inside the top 3. He's going to be better than Rashad Bateman. Everybody loves Rashad Bateman. He's going to be better than Rashad Bateman. He's going to challenge, I think, Devontae Smith, if he can bulk up just a tiny bit, will be the best wide receiver of this draft class. But I think Elijah Moore has a true chance to be the best wide receiver in this draft class. He's a phenomenal talent. Is Chase Edmonds the starter? No, I don't believe so. I believe it's going to be the same thing that we saw last year. Honestly, I think you're going to see. I said this in a video, right? A team tells you everything and all the things that they do in the offseason. What do they do in the offseason? I don't know if I still have this up. Oh, okay. Which one am I looking at here? I hold on, MP. I'll tell you in a minute. Where did this go? I don't know where it went. All right, anyways. But is Chase Edmonds the starting running back? I don't believe so, because we'll just keep this going real quick. I don't believe so because you have James Conner. And it's not that I don't think he's going to not start. They're going to do exactly what they did last year, where Chase Edmonds is the running he's the pass catcher back in this backfield. Gosh, look at this draft. This draft is nuts. I'm just going to go on auto draft, because this is bad right now. Just too many good wide receivers, too many good players still left on the board because everybody's on auto pick. So where did the draft go? I thought I just pulled one up, but I don't see it. All right, anyways, I'll just join a new one. 4 minutes left. See, I swear I joined one. What the hell? Did I not get in it? I may not have gone on it. So all right, anyways. But yeah, I believe that James Conner is going to be, he's going to be the between the tackles kind of guy. He's going to be the bruiser. He's a bigger back. He's better at that than what Kenyon Drake will be. He also saw 77 targets in Pittsburgh the one year, caught 51 footballs. It's not that I think that James Conner is good. I just think he's kind of average, but he's going to fit that Kenyon Drake role, because we've seen Chase Edmonds have the chance now. Back in his rookie year, we had, you had David Johnson get hurt. Chase Edmonds comes in. He lights up the New York Giants. The next week gets hurt. The following year, they have a shot to see, or what did they do? They went out. Maybe that wasn't his rookie year. Maybe that was his second year. I can't remember. But they go out and trade for Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake comes in. The next season, they can let Chase Edmonds be the starting running back. But what do? They sign Kenyon Drake to a 1-year deal. We'll put a transition tag on him. So now you have Chase Edmonds, that he fills that role. And this upcoming season, they had the shot to let him be the starting running back again. And what did they do? They bring in James Conner. James Conner is going to miss some time, but Chase Edmonds is just going to stay in his role, pass catching back. That's what his role would be. But he's still valuable in that role. Don't get me wrong. He's still valuable in that role. So I still like Chase Edmonds. But I do like James Conner. I think he's a solid running back to target late. If you want to go like a wide receiver, tight end early, you're kind of short on running backs. He's a good guy to target later that I do think is going to see a decent amount of volume, especially volume where it matters around the goal line, where he'll be used a lot. All right. No, he's not big enough. He's a smaller back. He's not going to be able to handle the workload that James Conner can handle because James Conner is just a bigger back. James Conner is going to be, he's probably going to be hurt at some point in the season. You're going to see Chase Edmonds maybe take over a game or two as the guy, but James Conner is still going to be like the Kenyon Drake early down smasher. And you already had Chase Edmonds basically come out and say it. Chase Edmonds said that James Conner is your 4-minute offense type of running back, where what 4 minutes offense is when you're trying to win the game, that's the running back that you're going to see is James Conner. And that's the running back that you're going to see early in the game when you're just running the football a little bit between the tackles, first and second down, where Chase Edmonds is going to be, your 2-minute offense type of guy. And he said himself, like, everybody has their role. So that's exactly what's going to happen. And you have, if Kenyon Drake last year can finish his RB number, I believe 15 he's finished last year, James Conner can finish RB number 15 this upcoming season as well. So yeah, target James Conner. But I still think Chase Edmonds is a solid draft pick at where he's currently going. I believe his ADP is like round number 6 right now. We can check real quick. Let's see. Fantasy Pros. We'll look at their ADP. What his is. I believe it's like 26 or something. No, 29. So 29. Pick 69. Yeah, so basically like in the 7th, 6th round, depending on how running backs go in your drafts, he's somebody that is completely fine to target in that range because he's receptions, especially when you're in your 0.5 in your PPR leagues, receptions are more valuable to a running back than rushing attempts are. And he's going to see, last year he saw, I believe, 60 some targets last year. He should see that, and I do think he's going to be a little bit more involved in this offense than he was last year. So I think that he could easily see 80 targets this upcoming season with the extra game. All right, so what do we got? We got 20 seconds here. I got my draft tomorrow. You got any tips for 16 team? Yeah, so what I would suggest is you kind of, in 16-team leagues, it depends on where you're drafting to. Like, if you have a pick that's, say, your pick 14, 15, 16, at that point, it's not so much about drafting value because you have to wait so long in between your picks. It's just drafting who you like the most. So if there's a guy that you like, say Chase Edmonds, and you're sitting there round 4, right? And there's no way he's going to make it back to you. But if you draft him right now, it may look like a little bit of a reach. But if that's a guy you like, then make that reach. Make that reach because you want to get the guys that you like. And there can be a bunch of picks in between your turn. So reach for the guys that you want if you have a later draft pick. Otherwise, if you're in like the middle, then just keep drafting value guys. Wait on quarterback. Not too late in those leagues, though, because quarterbacks, there's a lot more quarterbacks that get drafted. But if you walk away with a quarterback like, say, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, and then pair him up with like a quarterback, say, I don't want to say Derek Carr. That'd be a bad quarterback. But say, like, I still want to go like Kyler Murray or somebody like that early. I would go like a Kirk Cousins later, Trevor Lawrence. Guys that are going to have the starting job, and then pair them up with those upside guys that, like your Justin Fields, your Trey Lance, that can be possible league winners for you later in the draft. Like pair them up. Try to go like quarterback later in the draft. Other than that, those drafts are definitely harder. The more teams you have, the harder the draft is, for sure. So, all right, so we got the sixth pick. MP, if you get the 6th pick, who are you going with the 6th pick? I know who I'm going with the 6th pick. I imagine that basically all the running backs that are up there right now are gone. And then I'm going Aaron Jones with the 6th overall pick. It's crazy. Saquon could be the steal of the draft, honestly. But how healthy is he? It's not so much that I don't believe in his health. It's just this team also. Like, dude, this is going to be the worst offensive line in football with the New York Giants. The worst offensive line. Quarterback is Daniel Jones. I don't believe in Daniel Jones at all. You have Kenny Golladay, who's constantly banged up. Sterling Shepard can never stay on the field. So then you get Darius Slayton. Like, sure, this offense has some upside to it, like the receivers and stuff, but I don't know. I think Saquon is an absolute freak of nature, but at the same time, there's other guys. Aaron Jones can score as many points as he can, and he's healthy right now. Devontae Adams. Good pick. Last year, yeah. I mean, he's a stud, don't get me wrong. I want to hit on my running backs. I want the running backs. Oh, baby. And then I get this. I'll go Zeke every day of the week, baby. If I get Zeke at 6, I'm completely fine with that. That's beautiful. All right, so we got Zeke on the way back. Probably going to have a shot at one of these guys again. Joe Mixon, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Sure, I can go your homie, A.J. Brown. Let's go my homie. Let's go my homie. Your homie, too. A.J. Brown. We'll go A.J. Brown if he's still there. And then we'll kind of build our team around these two. A.J. Brown. And then later in the draft, I'll target Tannehill later in the draft. We'll do some stacking here. But if he's gone, then I'll probably just go a running back possibly. Unless he won't be there. We'll see what happens. All right, Aaron Jones, Tyreek Hill, Nick Chubb. Pick number 10. Probably going to be Saquon. Yep, Saquon. I'm going to say next pick, Travis Kelce. Austin Eckler, that's a solid pick. Travis Kelce in the first round. In the second round, Travis Kelce. Stephon Diggs. Ooh. Now Travis Kelce. That's solid. Now this is a solid pick here. I don't care what anybody says. You have Carson Wentz right now, and Quentin Nelson should be ready for the start of the season. So the fact that Jonathan Taylor is going that late is crazy. A lot of people are worried about his usage. I'm not that worried. To be honest, I just want my team from last year. No, auto pick. Damn it. They're going to pick Calvin Ridley. Son of a... All right, well, I'm going to go... I know I said I was going to go A.J. Brown, but since DeAndre Hopkins is still on the board, I'll go DeAndre Hopkins because I have him higher. All right, so DeAndre Hopkins, J.K. Dobbins. Now, I want to go... Me, personally, I want to go running back in the 3rd round. Really, I would like to go running back. But I'm going to go... An average 150 points per game in the playoffs. Yeah, that's dope. But are those same players going to do as well this upcoming season? I know you like Josh Jacobs. How do you feel about Josh Jacobs this upcoming season? Because I'll tell you what, I'm not a big fan of Josh Jacobs this upcoming season. But let's look here. So somebody I'm definitely looking at in this round number 3, is going to be my boy, DeAndre Swift. And I don't want to take the chance of having to wait till round 4, which he should be gone by round 4. So I don't want to take that chance because in round 4, I'd much rather go Amari Cooper, who a lot of the time is there in round 4. If he's not there, then I'll go somebody else, but a lot of the time he's there in round 4. So I want to go DeAndre Swift. I love DeAndre Swift heading into the season. DeAndre Swift is going to be a beast. Nick Chubb, Antonio Gibson, A.J. Brown, Robert Woods. Yeah, that's a pretty solid team. Not good. What's not good? Did I ask you something? I probably did ask you, but I totally forget. Oh, Josh Jacobs. Was it Josh Jacobs? That I think that's who you're talking about. All right, Reach, maybe. There's no way he's gonna get back to me. So at least all the times I get to watch the running backs I like. Drake and Josh. Hey, yeah, there you go. You get to watch both of them this upcoming season, huh? On the same team. How do you feel like when you look at Josh Jacobs, how involved do you see Kenny Drake being in this offense, MP? Is this something that you're definitely going to avoid because you have these two guys now in this offense? For me, it's not only that, it's just also the fact that I don't like this team. I don't think that they're going to be very good, you know? So, all right. And if you haven't already, if you're watching, of course you're watching, smash that like button. Appreciate it. All right, so let's see who we're going to be targeting. Obviously, if Amari Cooper gets there, I love Amari Cooper. Tyler Lockett, another guy, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, both guys that I would like. Honestly, Julio Jones been growing on me. He's going this late. Like, yeah, he probably gets hurt, but the games he's going to play is going to be pretty solid. Brandon Ayuk, to me, is just a little bit too early in this range. Hold on, the dog's barking. All right, there we go. I feel like he's gonna have a good year. Which one? Both of them? Josh and Drake, or one of them? All right, so right now we got DeAndre Hopkins, Ezekiel Elliott, DeAndre Swift, baby. Ooh, if that's my team starting out every single time, I would love that. Dude, that's a nice looking team. All right, so now we got. Should we complete this Cowboy stack? Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna go on Amari Cooper and then try to get Dak as well. Oh, these two guys are on auto pick, man. They're probably they're probably both gonna get him. That sucks. So we got Miles Sanders. He's probably gonna go Amari Cooper. So all right, so those two guys go. Who am I gonna be looking at? Oh, Rodney joined. Come on, Rodney. Ah, dang it. All right, so who am I going to be looking at here? Me personally. Damn it, dude. Damn auto draft. So lame. All right, I'm going to go. I like Tyler Lockett, but I have a lot of. I'm gonna diversify. All right, let's go with somebody different. Actually, no. Yeah. We'll go with DJ Moore. Then maybe I can get Kyler Murray as my quarterback and just stack this Arizona's offense. And then maybe go Chase Edmonds a little bit later. And then I'll just stack this offense. And then who was the other one? DJ Moore. All right. Obviously, I'm not going to be stacking with Sam Darnold. No interest there. So I'm going to stack this Arizona's offense. If I can land, hopefully I can land Kyler Murray. And if I can't, then I'll try to stack a different offense. But for right now, that's going to be the goal, to stack the Arizona offense. Kyler Murray, damn it, dude. All right, I'll try to go. I'll still try to go Dak. I'll still try to stack this. Josh Allen is still there. Lamar Jackson, unless one of these guys obviously don't get drafted. Come on, baby. Who we got? Mike Davis. Yuck. I'm not a big fan of Mike Davis this upcoming season. I don't know how you guys feel about him, but me personally, I'm not a big fan of Mike Davis heading into the season. it's just he's not good at football, okay? I know last year he was good because he took over for Christian McCaffrey and he saw an absolute crazy amount of work in the weeks that Christian McCaffrey didn't play, but he was also very inefficient with the work that he got. So I just not a believer in Mike Davis this upcoming season. He's probably going to lose his job. So not a big believer. Man, now I'm sitting here and it's like, yeah, I got to go one of the quarterbacks. In round 5, I'm completely fine going with one of the quarterbacks. And the quarterback that I have ranked the highest currently, oh, man. But I can't stack it, dude. All right, I'm going to go. I mean, Josh Allen, yeah, but I'm not going to be able to stack this offense. I guess later in the I'll try to go like Gabe Davis, I guess, but I see this one's disappointing. I get DeAndre Hopkins at a great price, and then I can't land Kyler Murray. Maybe I should have went with Lamar Jackson. I don't know, but dream would have been those two guys are gone, and then I go Dak, but I don't want to pass up on those guys for Dak. So it is what it is. All right, let's see here. Who am I going to be targeting now? Look at the team. Honestly, Chase Claypool in this range, I would be fine with. Javonte Williams, I like in this range, which I get it. Javonte Williams is the running back. You still have Melvin Gordon there, and a lot of people are kind of concerned about Javonte Williams because you have Melvin Gordon there. Me personally, Melvin Gordon is past his prime. All right, I know he had a good season last year, but he's 28 years old. He hasn't played a full season. He only played a full season one time in his career. Javonte Williams was an absolute stud. In college. So I like Javonte Williams. I'll probably go Javonte Williams if he's still available for me. And we got my quarterback situation. I mean, I don't really like going quarterback early, but like if you give me Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson in the 5th round, I'm probably going to take it. I'll probably take one of those guys in the 5th round. Depending on the other players that are still available. Like I felt like at that point, one of those guys is completely fine in the 5th round. I'm more of a later quarterback kind of guy, but those guys are really hard to pass up because they're cheat codes. Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, even Josh Allen. He's scored, what is it, the past 3 years now? He scored at least, I don't know if it's 8 touchdowns or 10 touchdowns, whatever it is. He's scoring a bunch of rushing touchdowns. So, or, okay, 8 touchdowns. I believe it's 8 touchdowns, yeah. So, his floor is 8 rushing touchdowns. That's hard to pass up. When he throws for 37, like this is going to come down a little bit, the passing numbers. I believe they will. Right now, Yahoo has him projected for more. I think that those will come down a little bit. His passing touchdowns, maybe not his passing yards, but his passing touchdowns. So I like him there. I mean, I like Lamar as well. But all right, let's see who we got next. Looking at my team, and I'm probably going to go Javonte Williams. With Trey Sermon, right? In this range, you have Trey Sermon and Javonte Williams. And this is my take on why I want Javonte Williams over Trey Sermon. So for me, I don't see Trey Sermon getting the starting job and just like being the guy. And there goes Trey Sermon. What I believe happens is he's not going to be like your 1A, or he'll be like a 1A to 1B situation. This is also a very friendly rushing offense, but I just feel like Javonte Williams, if he gets a starting job, when he gets a starting job, he's going to be the alpha running back in this backfield. Kind of like how you have Melvin Gordon last year. He was like that. He was their guy when those two were healthy. When you have Phillip Lindsay and him healthy, he was still the guy and saw not majority of the touches, but more touches than Phillip Lindsay. Where this upcoming season, Javonte Williams, I think, passes him at the depth chart. He might be somebody that it might take a few weeks for this to happen, but he's just way too good for it not to happen. That's a guy that I also like later. Michael Carter. I do like Michael Carter. All right, so I got Javonte Williams. Got my quarterback. I got a quarterback that I feel good about. My wide receivers I feel good about. Running backs I feel good about. Now it's to just start adding depth at wide receiver. I'm gonna wait on tight end. The guy that I'll be targeting, I don't know where he goes in Yahoo. But the guy that I'm gonna be targeting for a tight end is Mike Gesicki. I don't know where he goes. Maybe I already passed him. Let's see. Tight ends. So Mike Gesicki is going pick ADP of 113. That's going to be the tight end that I'm going to target. And if I can't land him, I'm okay with like Jonnu Smith, Adam Troutman. I'm okay with those guys way later at tight end. If I don't land a top tight end, those are the guys I'm going to go with. So right now, I love T. Higgins. Ooh, T. Higgins gets to me. All right, let's go T. Higgins, baby. Yeah, Jamar Chase is still there, but honestly, T. Higgins might have a better season than Jamar Chase. But okay, here's the thing about Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase in college, and this was already said that he's having trouble separating. So Jamar Chase he didn't get open by route running ability. He got open because he's a freaking freak of nature. He's compared to like Odell Beckham and the way, because he's so fast, he's extremely explosive. He's able to win the jump balls, but he's just not a very good route runner. And if he's able to get better as a route runner, one other thing that he does need to work on is his release, because his release last year wasn't that good. And yes, there's a camp video that I just saw the other day with him releasing off the ball and making a move, which is great. Hopefully that continues into the season. But T. Higgins has already proved all of that. T. Higgins has proved he can get off the ball. He can beat players with his route running ability. And he was a damn good jump ball catcher last year. So T. Higgins, for me, if I can get him this much later than Jamar Chase, I will take that all the time. Jamar Chase, dynasty, yeah. But in terms of your redraft, give me T. Higgins if he's going that much later than Jamar Chase. Another guy that I love in this range, Jerry Jeudy, baby. Jerry Jeudy. Absolute ankle breaker. Yeah, I said that right. In terms of his route running ability, is so damn smooth. Just needs a quarterback to throw him the ball. And I think this can be the year. I think this can be the year that Drew Lock puts it together. Probably won't happen, but maybe. Maybe. Hold on to that hope a little bit. All right, so let's see. Who do we got? We got defenses going already? Yuck. I should probably queue up another draft at this point. Well, these are people. Okay, so there's some still on draft. So who are these people picking? Jalen Hurts, Juju Smith-Schuster. Did Jerry Jeudy already? Oh, Jerry Jeudy went. All right. So I'm sitting here and let's see. Who do I got available to me? A guy that I do like, but he's going that late? What? Michael Gallup is going that late in drafts right now? Not in his current ADP. There's no way. That's not on Yahoo. He's going really late. All right, so I got 3 running backs. I'm probably going to go another running back, a running back that I do think is going to be involved in this offense. James Conner. We go David Johnson, but God, that team is going to be so disgusting in Houston. It doesn't look like you have Deshaun Watson coming back for this team, so yeah. I'll go James Conner because this offense can be good, and like I said, I expect him to just take on the role for Kenyon Drake. Honestly, he might not have as much work as Kenyon Drake, but Kenyon Drake still finishes a top 15 wide receiver or running back last season. So I think it's in the realm of possibility for a team that runs the ball around the goal line. For a team that I think Kenyon Drake last year had 200, I don't know if it was 240 carries or 230 carries, but still. Chase Edmonds isn't going to see all that work. Chase Edmonds might be a little bit more involved in this offense than he was last year, but James Conner is going to be heavily involved in this offense. So, guy that is going super late, I'll take him. I'd still prefer Chase Edmonds, though, because there's more receiving upside, and I do think he sees the ball a little bit more than what he did last season, making him obviously better in terms of his ceiling and floor. James Conner's a damn good pick this late. All right, coming back to us. Let's see what we got. Michael Gallup's right there. I'm probably going to go Michael Gallup. I have Michael Gallup ranked a lot higher than this. Antonio Brown just went. And why Michael Gallup? I know he's wide receiver number 3 on the Dallas Cowboys, but here's the thing about Michael Gallup that a lot of people don't understand is Michael Gallup is actually a really good wide receiver. Like, he's actually really good. And everybody loves to create the narrative, oh, contract year. This is a contract year for Michael Gallup. It's a contract year this upcoming season. He wants to get paid. He's been moving all over the formation. He's actually a pretty solid route runner as well. He's able to get open on his own. He played the hardest position in Dallas last year, which was the X wide receiver, who had an extensive route tree and had to beat man coverage or press coverage, which he did. He did effectively. So Michael Gallup this late, I'll go him. And what if something happens to Amari Cooper? What if something happens to CeeDee Lamb? You have Michael Gallup, who's now the wide receiver 1 or 2 in Dallas, on a team that should pass the ball a shit ton. So give me Michael Gallup all day long. DJ Chark. We got AJ Dillon. I mean, I do like Brandon Cooks, but thinking about it, you're going to have Tyrod Taylor throwing the football. I don't want any part of that. All right, so Michael Gallup. Cue him up, baby. Go Michael Gallup. So now my starting lineup, we got DJ Moore, Ezekiel Elliott, DeAndre Swift, Javonte Williams, which, fine, I can put T. Higgins in for my flex play there. It's a solid base. And then I'm going to go probably Mike Gesicki here. Not right now, later in the draft. I'm totally fine with waiting on tight end. Like, I don't have to reach for a tight end. I feel like, to me, Travis Kelce in the first round is just way too early. I get it. He's phenomenal. He gives you this advantage at the tight end position that is crazy in fantasy football, but let's be honest. He's not going to put up the season he did last year. And when you're looking at that range, you want somebody who's going to put up at least 250 points in the first round. Really, your first 6 picks in the drafts should be players that have the chance to score 300. He doesn't have a chance to score 300. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. I mean, he does have a chance to score 300, but I don't see it happening next season. So for that, it's like more back end, like early second round for me. There's just other running backs that I'd rather go, other wide receivers that I'd rather go. And then you can get you can get DJ Waller or Darren Waller. DJ Chark, I was thinking. Darren Waller and George Kittle in those other rounds. So to me, that's just what I would rather do. All right, now we're sitting here. Let's see who we got. I'm not going to get him, although I do want Mike Gesicki. I'm going to go Jarvis Landry. Nice floor. Stable wide receiver. Get Mike Gesicki later. I'm going to queue up another draft here. No. Well, I have to pull this up again. Just because I don't. All right, here we go. Gotta wait 5 minutes. Dang it. Did I already close out of that draft? Yeah, I did. Well, 5 minutes. All right, so let's talk. Anybody have any questions in chat? And if you haven't already, if you enjoyed this content, if you enjoy watching the video, enjoy watching me talk the talk, enjoy watching my videos, please smash that like button for me. And also, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate that. All right, so what about you guys? Are there some players that you feel like are going a little bit too low, players that you're staying away from? Who are some guys that you like at their current price point? Just somebody that you maybe are absolutely drafting in your drafts. You're like, there's no way I'm not going to draft this player. I need to come away with this player, so I'm drafting him. Is there anybody like that for you guys in the chat? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. All right, so currently I'll show you a couple of guys that I absolutely love where they're going. One, I've already talked about this player before, and a lot of people don't like him because he's inconsistent, especially last year is really inconsistent. But that player is, where is he at? He's right here, Tyler Lockett. Yeah, he's inconsistent. Last year was inconsistent, still finished as a top 10 wide receiver though. Like, yeah, he scored that week where he had 40 fantasy points. Well, I'm sure in that week he probably won you your week that week. He's inconsistent, yes, but he also is attached to one of the top quarterbacks in the league. The offense now that is going to be better off. You got Shane Waldron from the Los Angeles Rams coming in, running the passing game for this team, he's now the offense coordinator. A lot of people said last year that over the past 2 seasons, why this was happening, second half of the season, this team fell apart, is because the offense was just too easy. Defenses figured it out. They were able to make adjustments, and you had Brian Schottenheimer who wasn't making adjustments. So I think this offense is going to be a lot better this upcoming season for the full season, so I like Tyler Lockett. Somebody else that I do like that is going a little bit later, all right? I like the savvy old veterans this upcoming season, like later in my drafts. Your Jarvis Landry, solid wide receiver. I do like Jerry Jeudy. I believe he's going to be an absolute stud in the NFL. A guy that I like later, I've talked about this. MP was saying something about him. You have a guy in, I don't know where he's currently going, Elijah Moore. I don't know what the injury is, though, how severe it is. I know that he did get hurt. I believe yesterday he got hurt in camp. So I don't know what the severity of the situation is. Maybe he's completely fine. Quad injury. Yeah, so he was going to get an MRI, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he's getting an MRI. I believe that's what they said. So, yeah, getting an MRI. So we got to see what the severity of the situation is. But this is somebody that I absolutely love in fantasy football as well. I hate to say this, okay? And it's probably going to come back and bite me, but honestly, I believe that he can be the best wide receiver in this draft class. And I know that's absolutely crazy because you have Jamar Chase, who's kind of like a generational talent. A lot of people compare him to like Odell Beckham Jr. And then you have Devontae Smith, who's an absolutely freak of nature too in terms of his route running ability. Elijah Moore, when I watched him on film, and I said this in the video that I made when I was doing my pre-draft breakdown of the top wide receivers, Elijah Moore reminds me of Antonio Brown. He is so damn smooth as a route runner. He never drops the football, is able to use head fakes, shoulder twitches to be able to break down opposing cornerbacks and get open. He's not the biggest wide receiver. He's like 5'10", $180, like kind of the build of Antonio Brown, especially when Antonio Brown was coming out of college. And yes, I'm a Steelers fan, but I've watched a ton of Antonio Brown in my career. So much. Popping on the film and watching him was like watching a young AB. Does he end up being like AB? I don't know, but he's been damn good apparently in camp. So somebody, especially in Dynasty, that you should try to get as many shares as you can of him. Now, he does have Zach Wilson, who reportedly hasn't been doing very well in camp, and hopefully he ends up doing better. Let's hope, Zach Wilson, you do better, but he's somebody that there's a bright future for him in the NFL. Didn't I get in the league? What is going on here? All right, less than 1 minute. Oh, let's get into the draft. Yes, all right. Draft position 10. Okay, this is solid. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, baby. Just gonna go out here and smash these drafts. So I don't really like to draft Yahoo, like these mock drafts here, but at the same time, it's like, oh, wonder if this will stay up. Staying up. Yeah, it's staying up. Okay. I'm gonna move it. That way I can be like looking at the camera and talking and looking at the board. All right. So no, it's not. I gotta change this up real quick. Let's see. Change this up to the mock draft. Here we go. There we go, baby. All right. So we got this mock draft happening. Oh, that's why I changed it, because it's hard to see here. It's like small. Dang it. I'm gonna have to change it back. All right. Yeah, I wanted to put it on my other screen so I can actually like look at the camera and kind of talk, but that's why I have to look over here, because I'm looking at my other screen. All right, so let's see. So now I'm able to do this. Oh, Antonio Gibson or Najee Harris from Brian P. Dude, get out of here, man. not gonna tell you my draft strategy. Honestly, Najee, duh. What's up, Brian? Dude, you going to Hoover's tonight? We're going to Hoover's tonight. You should go to Hoover's tonight. Just so you know. But if you're coming, you better bring pizza. That's all I gotta say. You better bring pizza. All right, so, but I would go Najee Harris just because, I mean, I'm a Steelers fan, so I'm a little bit biased, but also this is a guy that can touch the ball 300 plus times. I just don't see Antonio Gibson having as big of a workload as Najee Harris. So I'd rather go Najee Harris because of the volume. And he's a damn good talent as well. So let's see. We got Christian McCaffrey, probably going to be the, let's see. Oh, number 10 I got. Number 10. So this is a different, I've been drafting in the, I'll bring the pizza. No, you're not coming, Kirsty. You think we're letting you come? No, we're not going to let you be there. Get out of here. Just kidding. If you bring pizza, you're allowed to come. All right? If you bring pizza, you can join us. All right, so we got pick number 10. Who am I targeting in this range? Jonathan Taylor, absolutely. I will pick Jonathan Taylor, Austin Eckler. I don't mind this pick, honestly, being later because I do think that there's a lot of value later in the draft here at pick number, at the later round. Like, yeah, you don't get Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, but you could have a top 3 pick to get one of those guys. And then obviously, like, there's a small tier of running backs in between basically Christian McCaffrey with Dalvin Cook and these other guys. But then you get to this background here where you have a lot of options. You could go Travis Kelce. You could go maybe Tyreek Hill is still there, or you still have Stephon Diggs. You can go wide receiver. You can double up on these high ceiling running backs in Austin Eckler, who could easily see over 100 targets this upcoming season. You have a running back in Jonathan Taylor, who finished inside the top 5 last year. You could get him at this spot. So there's a lot of options here that I like, but at times it's just a little overwhelming because there's a lot. All right, so let's see. Saquon gets to me, though. I'll definitely go Saquon. Devontae Adams? Yeah, I'll go Devontae Adams. What I'll probably do is go, let's start wide receiver. If Devontae Adams and Stephon Diggs are still here, I'll go wide receiver. But if not, then, well, I mean, it's going to be Saquon or Devontae Adams or Stephon. Like, one of those guys are going to be there. So these top 3 guys, who I'm going to go. Actually, I should probably go Travis Kelce. No, I'm going to go. Let's start with Devontae Adams. And, I mean, since he's still here, I don't like going him this early. Let's go this time. We'll start wide receiver. We'll see what happens. Oh, well, I don't have the back-to-back picks. What am I thinking? Duh. But if I have Calvin Ridley there, I'll absolutely go Calvin Ridley. If these guys are already gone. I think Travis Kelce for sure will be gone. Jonathan Taylor probably will be. You have somebody on auto draft, so yeah, he'll be gone because he'll be up next after Travis Kelce gets picked. So yeah, so Jonathan Taylor will absolutely be gone. So maybe Austin Eckler here. Dan join. Come on, Dan, get back. We need Allen. Where's Allen at? Allen C. And Justin. 2 picks. Come on, Mild Buzz. Who are you going to pick? Did he leave the draft as well? Jonathan Taylor. So now Najee Harris. All right, so we got Austin Eckler and Calvin Ridley. So I already said I'm going to go wide receiver just to see how this works out. We'll see how this team looks. So I'm going to go Calvin Ridley. So we'll go Devontae Adams, Calvin Ridley, and then we'll see how this team looks. So we'll try the zero RB strategy here. That's what we'll try to do. We'll see how zero RB looks, and then see what the team looks like, and see if you guys like how the team looks like. See how the running back position is looking compared to your wide receiver position. And what you'll have is, this is why I don't like to go wide receiver so early, because once you get into these like mid rounds, you're going to see like the value is just at wide receiver. Like you're going to be like, my God, that wide receiver's there. Well, I kind of need to go a running back. So I'm going to have to pass up on this wide receiver and go with a running back when it could have been running back early. Like, yeah, you might have to reach a tiny bit. It feels like it's a little bit of a reach, but when you get to rounds 4, 5, and 6, you're like, my God, there's still so much good wide receiver talent on the board, and your running backs are hard to come by. There's still some decent running backs that I like in that range, but we'll see how this works out. All right, so when it gets to my pick, we'll start off with 3 wide receivers unless George Kittle is still there. I'll go George Kittle. And then in round 4, we'll still go another wide receiver. We'll do the real 0 RB strategy, first 4 picks, and then maybe a quarterback in round 5. So we won't even go a running back until at the very least, round 6. And we'll see how the team looks. We'll see if you guys like it. I mean, right now, my wide receivers, I do like my wide receivers, though. Hey, I love Calvin Ridley. Honestly, Calvin Ridley could be wide receiver 1 this upcoming season. Fight me if you don't think so, if you think I'm crazy. But Calvin Ridley, a lot of people say, oh my gosh, Julio Jones gone. He has to be the number 1. Can he be the number 1? I'm here to tell you, absolutely he can be. He had some of his best games when Julio wasn't there. Why? Because he's I've been saying this about a lot of wide receivers, but he's an absolute god at running routes. He can set up people. He's so damn good at running routes. He's a technician. He's able to make his cuts, get in and out of his breaks so easily, so fast, so quickly. That's why he's also very good when it comes to the red zone as well. So much better than Julio was, actually. All right, so pick number 3. I'm definitely going to be looking for... Did he already get picked? He got picked. Damn it. I'm going to say George Kittle. But I mean, that would be crazy if he was there. Because that's late round 3. Darren Waller is still there. What is going on? Ankle injury is not concerning. He hasn't been there. Missed 2 weeks. Has nothing to prove, so the team is taking it slow. Well, I thought it was a different situation. I thought it was like a contract or something. All right, so as long as it's an ankle, I haven't really seen a whole lot on this situation, but I mean, it makes sense because you don't need your guys taking a bunch of practice reps that are studs already. As we get closer to the season, yeah, they can ramp up their practice, but it's still a little bit early. All right, so let's see here. Now he'll definitely be gone because we have somebody on auto pick. So even if he is still somehow there, he'll be gone right before me. Who I'll be looking at. So what I'll do is I'll go. If I'm going 0 RB, I should go another wide receiver. We'll go wide receiver. So a guy that I'm definitely looking at, Allen Robinson. Absolutely, if he's able to get there. If not, then is CD already gone? No, right there, CeeDee Lamb. I mean, me personally, I want Amari Cooper, but I'm just going to put myself... Damn, Darren Waller could possibly be there, but this damn auto draft... Okay, so at least he didn't get picked by the person that's on auto pick. I'm okay with that. But now you're going to have Allen Robinson get picked. So I'm going to be left with probably CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, so... I mean, I personally like Amari Cooper over CeeDee Lamb, but I'm going to put myself in the shoes of your 0 wide receiver or 0 running back kind of guys. So this is what I'm doing, 0 running back, okay? This is not what I would advise doing, but we're going to see how the team looks going 0 running back. So let's go with just the hype play. I would rather go Mike Evans, but we'll go the hype play and CeeDee Lamb, all right? So CeeDee Lamb, we got Devontae Adams, Calvin Ridley, CeeDee Lamb. Once again, I would advise going, 0 RB, but this is what we're going to do just for the sake of the video to see what the team looks like at this point. We'll see how the team looks. And right now, what we'll do in round 4, should we go our first running back or should we go like a quarterback here? if, we'll stay true. I mean, if I could get DeAndre Swift in the 4th round, absolutely, I would take that. But we're gonna stick to our guns. 0 running back. All right, so we're gonna go. Should I try to wait till round 5 to get a quarterback? Just go another wide receiver. We'll go another wide receiver. And we'll go. I already have a Dallas wide receiver. All right, so what we'll do is we'll go Lamar Jackson. Get an RB. We're not getting an RB. No, this is 0 wide receiver strategy. What all these crazy people like to do here. We're doing what all these people like to do. 0 RB. I've seen some drafts where literally they come away in their draft with like Trey Sermon. Who else do they come away with? Like James Conner late, AJ Dillon late. Like those are the running backs that they're okay with getting. That's how, to me, it's absolutely nuts. And I said this earlier. I'm going to have a video coming out where I did an RB study, RB wide receiver study over the past 6 years. I looked at the top 20 where they finished, running backs and wide receivers, the top 20 running back and wide receivers over the past 6 years, and looked at what their average draft position was. And it's amazing that basically, to sum up the video, you see wide receiver is so diverse in the rounds that they're picked. Where running backs, it's focused on rounds 1, 2, and 3. Why? Because you have majority of your running backs going in that range, and there's less running backs compared to wide receivers. But that's exactly why you should be drafting your running backs in the first 3 rounds of your drafts. And then try to get the high upside guys a little bit later and hammer rounds 4, 5, and 6 your wide receivers, because there's plenty of wide receivers. And if you have a guy like Kyler Murray, it goes a little bit later, go ahead and get him. Would you keep Jonathan Taylor? I'm not going to tell you that. All right, for the sake of the video, I got to tell you, but I mean, if it was today, I would keep Jonathan Taylor. But if Darrell Henderson ends up being the guy, possibly Darrell Henderson, but we'll have to see, because there's. Well, oh, I'm sorry, you got it tomorrow. Oh, you got a big decision on your hand, because you have Carson Wentz, who looks like they're going to be on track. Carson Wentz and Quinn Nelson to start the season. But is that going to happen? Everybody always looks at injuries in a positive way, when really I would look at a worst case scenario and how many games could they miss? It's tough. That's tough. I'd probably go Jonathan Taylor, though, honestly. Just because we could still see somebody get signed. It looks like Stevenson last night, for everybody was talking about it. Stevenson for the New England Patriots looked good last night. Chances are Sony Michel is going to get cut. So Sony Michel gets cut. A team that's going to probably target him, Los Angeles Rams, right? It only makes sense. So then you're going to have Sony Michel going there, who I don't think Sony Michel is honestly that big of that good of a running back. He's been pretty disappointing in his career. But if he's going to now play on the Los Angeles Rams, you have a team that is going to probably use him. They're very good at using the running backs, and it's going to eat into Darrell Henderson, where just, thank you. You have a very nice complexion. Thanks, dude. You mean that? I'm so flattered. Now I don't know what to say. All right, well, I got to pay attention to this draft right quick. Let's see. So we're still going 0 RB because we're absolutely nuts. Or some of these crazy people that are going 0 RB. And if you're one of them, I'm sorry. But not really. You should draft a running back early. So, damn. It would have been nice to get Dak here. I didn't think I would be able to get Dak. I could have stacked him with CeeDee Lamb. But now we're sitting here, and who do we go? Do we go our first running back? If we're in this crowd, what are the tight ends looking like? We already have our Kyle Pitts gone. And, yeah, Kyle Pitts and TJ Hawkinson are gone. So what do 0 RB people do? Do they go another wide receiver or go running back? I guess we'll go running back, and we'll go Myles Gaskin. Because I do like Myles Gaskin in this range. I do think that's pretty solid. As an RB number 1, I mean, I don't feel great about it, but if we're going wide receiver so early and him being your running back number 1, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. I mean, I would have went DeAndre Swift instead of Lamar Jackson there and let DeAndre Swift be my RB1. I'd feel much better about that. But Myles Gaskin being my RB number 1, I don't feel terrible about it. I don't feel great. Once again, the purpose of this draft right now is just to see what the team composition looks like, the team build for the players if you're going to go like 0 wide or 0 running back. All right, so now we're going to we got to start to look to stack some offenses here. So who do I have? I have a pretty diverse group. And since I went Lamar, really I'm not going to be, oh, okay, actually, you know, did he already go too? Is he already gone? Man, he goes that early too? Where the hell does he go? Mark Andrews? God, that's way too early for me. For Mark Andrews. I guess what we'll do is we'll just go another... We'll go Ja'Marr Chase. Ja'Marr Chase. Who are you taking? Ja'Marr Chase or T. Higgins? Who's your preferred option? Ja'Marr Chase or T. Higgins? I'd rather get T. Higgins later. Personally, I like T. Higgins a little bit more than Ja'Marr Chase. Just for this season. Because you have Ja'Marr Chase, I think it's going to take him a couple of games to really get back into it, back up to the speed to be able to figure out NFL cornerbacks, where you already have Ja'Marr Chase or T. Higgins already have a full season of that. So, right? Oh man, I should have probably went a running back. But let's see, who are we going to have here? Michael Carter, take my shot on him. Maybe one of these running backs fall to me here. I don't like this team at all. Not hearing good things about Ja'Marr in camp. No. But here's the thing about Ja'Marr in camp, right? Like you hear that he's not separating from cornerbacks. But the thing was, if you go back and read his profile, and if you go back and put on film about him, he didn't separate really in college other than just his speed. Is it like his go routes and wheel routes or fade routes is where he really was able to separate himself, take like a little like a slant and take it to the house because of speed. He was never really considered to be a good route runner. And he wasn't very good at beating press coverage last year, which if you're going to be an absolute stud wide receiver, you need to be able to beat press, which he did it at an okay rate. But not if somebody is like Devontae Smith, who was maybe the best route runner out of that draft class last year and was the best at getting off of press coverage outside of another guy that was right there with him was Elijah Moore. So not good things about Ja'Marr Chase, certainly, but he has the physical and athleticism to make up for that. It's just, let's see what happens. We'll have to see what happens. But there's slight concern. I've already said this. Elijah Moore is going to be the best wide receiver out of this draft class. You heard it here. First take. Hot take indeed. Actually, he probably won't be because he's going to have Zach Wilson throwing the ball, so that's going to be a little disappointing. If he had somebody good throwing the ball, which maybe Zach Wilson ends up being a good quarterback, but reports have been he's been pretty bad in camp. Okay, and you can't take that. But when people say people have not been good, haven't been good for a week now, that's not good. That's not very good. Now, certainly we can get closer to the start of the season and he can turn things around, but it's not something you want to hear about your second round draft pick, that has not been very good. You're not second round, your second overall draft pick. I don't know if I said that. Anyways, let's look at some running backs that we're going to be targeting because we're going to go with our second running back. And once again, 0 RB build here, okay? I don't advise it, but that's what we're going to try. We're going to try some different things here. I need to get ready for my draft tomorrow. I get the biggest draft tomorrow in the league with high school friends that we take it super serious. I take it super serious because I need to beat them. So this is strictly practice, and we'll see what happens. And if you haven't already, smash that like button for me if you're still watching this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because we post great content that will help you win your fantasy football league. So let's look here. We're going to possibly go with a guy as your RB number 2. I mean, if Javonte Williams was able to get there, I would love that. I'll take Javonte Williams as my RB number 2. And if I can't get him, another guy I'd be looking at, man, Michael Carter is going so late too. Javonte Williams. Damn it. All right, so we'll look at I don't really I don't like these running backs. So I'm going to go with I don't know. I don't know who I they're, like all these guys are in the same range. Like I want to go Michael Carter. Like I'll probably go Michael Carter, but I don't feel great about him heading into the season as my RB number 2. Like I'd rather get him later, like as a RB number 3 or 4, and then that way when he ends up starting, I feel good about it. But honestly, a guy that I think should head into the season as has a solid role cut out for him is James Conner. I don't want David Johnson in that backfield. No, not a good team. Leonard Fournette. I don't even want Leonard Fournette because you have Rojo. I think Rojo's a better football player than Leonard Fournette. And then you have Giovanni Bernard is going to be heavily involved in this passing game. So Gio there. I mean, Kenny Golladay at that point is actually really good too. Maybe I should have went Kenny Golladay and got somebody on the way back. That's probably what I should have done. But hey, we're trying this. Because now what I'm going to start doing is just draft. No, I have 4 wide receivers. I mean, what I'm going to start doing is just drafting like a regular, like how I do usually. No, we're going to go Jerry Jeudy. Right there, I honestly probably would go Michael Carter. Let's start this over. I'm not doing this draft. I'm going to do the way I want to do it as a normal draft. I can't stand doing 0 RB. I don't know how people do that. To me, that team wasn't that bad, but I much rather have like Jonathan Taylor that what I could have had, or you at that point you have Austin Eckler I could have won, Joe Mixon I could have won as my RB number 1. I feel much better with that, and then going like I don't get Devontae Adams, but I could have gone like Stephon Diggs, or I don't know if Stephon Diggs was still there. I think DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley as my wide receiver number 1. Like sure, like that's much better. So I'm not doing that. All right, I'm not doing 0 wide receiver. Yuck. All right, so let's pull this up. I'm getting into another mock draft. So let's do this. Pull it up here. All right. All right, baby. This one's going to be good. I'm going to really focus on this one, and we're going to crush this mock draft. Yeah. Or should I do maybe underdog? Maybe some underdog? That's going to be for another draft. That's going to be for another live stream. You guys have to stay tuned for that one. CD or CEH? CEH for me. CD's going way too early. Personally. I mean, I get the hype in CD. CD's amazing, but I'd rather go CEH and then get Amari Cooper in the 4th round. I just think that's a better value rather than, going CD Lamb and missing on like CEH or even like DeAndre Swift. I'd rather go CEH and then get Amari Cooper. Plus, you could probably get CDH and still get CD. What's the draft strategy this time? Drafting for real? The draft strategy is to have at least 2 running backs by the first 2 rounds. Target wide receivers in the middle rounds. Maybe get a quarterback around number 5. It depends on what who the quarterback is. We want to try to stack, so we want to keep the option of stacking the teams. So it depends on who my first wide receiver is. I'm going to try to stack him with the quarterback, but it depends on who I get. Maybe Amari Cooper, so possibly going Dak, but I also don't want to have to overreach on Dak. I'd like to get Dak in round number 6. It's probably not going to happen, but possibly round 5. We'll see how this draft, and then target a couple high upside running backs a little bit later, and then keep going wide receiver, try to get Mike Gesicki, get Mike Gesicki, and then later in the draft, I usually just check out by like round 8 or something. But this time I'll do the draft the whole way through. All right, I'll do the draft the whole way through. J.K. Dobbins. So, J.K. Dobbins in the sense, are you talking about J.K. Dobbins in the sense of like CD or JK or like JK or CD. So if it's CD or JK, I'd still go JK. And if it's CEH or JK Dobbins, I'd rather go CEH. Well, let me know if you were talking about something else, but I feel like that's what you were talking about. All right. Unless you're just saying just kidding to CD or CEH, maybe that's it. All right. And what's up? I don't see why everyone is higher on CD than Amari. Yeah, well, because you have camp. Camp is the time when everybody overreacts, and everybody's guilty of it. Like I'm definitely guilty of some things in camp time. I overreact to. Like for me, Joe Burrow. Just the big thing is, I don't know. I wasn't super high on like I didn't think Joe Burrow is going to be ready to start the season, to be completely honest with you. So when reports were that he's been struggling, he doesn't completely trust his knee, like I was a little bit nervous about that. But for CD and Amari Cooper, like you just have currently Amari Cooper's on PUP. He just got taken off of PUP, but you have Amari Cooper starting camp on PUP. So people are right now like, oh my gosh, he's hurt. He might be hurt going into the season. Anytime somebody has an injury, like everybody panics and they fall draft wise. And then you have the two amazing catches, and then you also have the catch where he beats Jalen Ramsey in a 5-yard route. Everybody freaks out. Oh my God, he's going to be so good. So it's camp. But I do think it has gotten closer because they're now moving CD all over the lineup, the formation, rather than just him playing the slot where he played majority of his snaps last year. So I do think there's higher. It's much closer than what I expected heading into the season, but I still do like Amari Cooper a little bit more than CD, but it is really close. I honestly think they might be back to back right now, or I have to look at my rankings. I think I have Amari Cooper at number 13 or 12, and then CD at number 14 or 15. So I'm definitely high on CD. This offense should lead the NFL in passing attempts. They still don't have a very good defense, and they have very, very good offense that they funnel their targets through a small number of people. So it's not like the Kansas City Chiefs where you have a bunch of guys that are capable. They funnel their targets a lot. So, all right. So we got pick number 8. All right. Number 1, I'm looking at whatever running back here falls to me. I'll take him. Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones, Saquon Barkley. That's who I'm definitely going here. 100%. So who got picked? So it's either going to be... All right, I'm completely fine with getting Aaron Jones right here. Completely fine with Aaron Jones. For me, Aaron Jones is RB number 5, and I get it. Aaron Jones, he is not that big, but he's extremely efficient, has been the past 2 seasons, where he's finished as a top 5 running back over the past 2 seasons. Somebody that if he goes... You can say, Alvin Kamara, or not Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry... Maybe Saquon, like if you want to go over him, but he should be the next running back taken after those guys, for sure. All right, so now we're looking at, like, I want to go another running back possibly, but if we have Calvin Ridley or DeAndre Hopkins there, possibly go one of them. Those are the only 2 wide receivers I would consider, but if I don't get one of them, then I'm definitely going to go another running back. Travis Kelce, did he go? Yeah, Travis Kelce went. From CBS, move Zeke up to number 3. So thoughts of, ahead of Derrick Henry and Kamara. So for me, Zeke's ahead of Derrick Henry, but not ahead of Alvin Kamara. Zeke's number 4 for me. So I'm fine. Like if you're in standard scoring league, then yes, Derrick Henry for me is RB number 3. But if you're in PPR, it's just rushing attempts are not comparable to receptions for a running back. Receptions are much more valuable. And last year, it's not going to happen. But last year, through the first 4 games of the season, Zeke was on pace to see over 120 targets. Now, it's not going to happen. But last year, I think he saw 70-some targets. Now with Dak coming back, like to me, Zeke is an absolute stud. And you should draft him like you were last year with Dak being there. So, yeah, Zeke had a little bit of a down year, but I'm taking him ahead of Derrick Henry. And I'm okay with taking Aaron Jones ahead of Derrick Henry, but that's where the cutoff is. Like Saquon, I just can't do it just because Saquon's not 100%, plus that offense is fucking garbage. It's terrible. Are you kidding me? That offensive line is trash. All right. I'm going to go Austin Ekeler here. Easy choice. I mean, it's between him or Joe Mixon. For me, I'd rather go. I have Austin Ekeler a couple spots ahead of Joe Mixon, so I'm going to go Austin Ekeler. Can be in line for an. I mean, I don't need to say this because literally everybody says it. You have Joe Lombardi as the offense coordinator coming into Los Angeles, where he was the offense coordinator, or I don't know if he was was he the offense coordinator or was he the quarterback coach? I can't remember for the Saints. But he comes in now. He's from New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, everybody just kind of anticipates he's going to take this Alvin Kamara role, which you have Austin Ekeler say you need to draft him this upcoming season in fantasy football, and I'm right there with him. You should draft him. But I've seen some people have him like as RB number 6. I just feel like that's where his ceiling is. So for me, like number 10, RB number 10 is perfect because I feel like that's a solid floor for him, and also he has a higher ceiling for that, but I don't think like draft him as like RB number 6. That's just his ceiling to me. I don't think he can finish much higher than that. So for me, RB number 10 is where I have him. That's where I like taking Austin Ekeler. Now round 3, like I'm probably gonna go another running back, and it's unless I get like a tight end, I doubt that's gonna happen in round 3. But the George Kittle for real might get there. I don't think George Kittle gets there. George Kittle should definitely be gone by then. He should be gone by then. But what's your take, Brian? You going Derrick Henry over those guys, huh? What's your draft strategy, dude? And for everybody that doesn't know, Brian, he's a good friend of mine, real life friend. We got a draft tomorrow night against each other, so that's why he's watching the stream. He's trying to find out my draft strategy, all right? Which maybe I'm just kidding around and this isn't my real draft strategy. No, this is my real draft strategy. All right, so I'm definitely looking at DeAndre Swift here. I want DeAndre Swift. Like, what pick is this? 3rd round? What pick did I have? Didn't I have like pick number... Oh, it was 8. I thought I was pick number 10. All right. But I could have George Kittle there. I mean, if George Kittle is there, I'll go George Kittle. I can't imagine that he'll be there, though. This is one of those situations, you know, like in your drafts where you're just like, oh, please be there. Please be there. What you need to do, though, is have a backup plan for when he's most likely not going to be there. And if he's not going to be there, I'm going to go DeAndre Swift. But if George Kittle is there, I'm definitely going George Kittle. I can't imagine he gets to me, though. All right? I just can't imagine he gets to me. I feel like somebody's going to... Josh Jacobs over George Kittle? Were you fucking nuts? That's crazy talk. That's crazy, okay? I don't... Come on, man. What the... Was that an auto pick? Did he get auto... No, that was somebody actually taking Josh Jacobs over George Kittle. I'm sorry, that's crazy. I would still... These are the running backs I would take over Josh Jacobs right now. Chris Carson, J.K. Dobbins, Darrell Henderson, all right? DeAndre Swift. Like, what are you, nuts? I mean, I'm going George Kittle then. In the third round. Is this a 10-team league or is this 12? I think it's 12, isn't it? George Kittle's that late? Going that late in the 3rd round? Sign me up every day of the week. I'll take George Kittle there. 3rd round's fine. Like, I feel good about the 3rd round. If it was... I really like in the 4th round, but there's no chance it's going to happen. So 3rd round, back end of 3rd round is completely fine where I feel like George Kittle and Darren Waller, if you get those guys at like late 3rd round, that's money. That's money right there. All right, so we got Keenan Allen coming off the board. Now we got some auto picks here. Come on. What the hell is going on? We got Funky NYC. Come on, Funky, join back in this draft. So we got J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins, I do like J.K. Dobbins, but I'm a little nervous about the receiving upside for J.K. Dobbins. He could definitely finish inside the top 10 this upcoming season, but he's going to have to be ultra efficient and see plenty. He's going to have a Mark Ingram season. Is what he's going to have. Which, can he do it? Certainly. Is it likely? I don't think it's likely. I feel like he's a RB2, high upside RB number 2. So they're just like other guys in that range that I think can finish inside the top 10 or top 12 as an RB number 1 higher than what he can. So there's a couple guys that I'm higher than him on. But for where he went, that was solid. I do like where he went. Where he went, that was definitely good. And Mike Evans. I mean, look at Mike Evans. This is why you wait on wide receivers, people. Like Mike Evans going that late, and you can still get Amari Cooper, which I should go Amari Cooper, but I'm not going to. I should go, but I'm going to go DeAndre Swift. I mean, if he's there, please be there. Please, Evan, come on, Evan. Don't pick him. Don't pick him. Who's Evan got? All right. Josh Allen. Well, I'll get DeAndre Swift in the 4th round. Absolutely. I mean, I would like my perfect draft is going running back, and then going Amari Cooper, or going running back, or going like running back like this right now. And then by this time, DeAndre Swift wouldn't be there, so I'd have to go Amari Cooper in the 4th round. Like that's ideal for me. So for me, going like running back, wide receiver, running back, or going like running back, tight end, running back, whatever the case may be. And then having Amari Cooper there for me in the 4th round is like ideal. And then in the 5th round is having Tyler Lockett, which it doesn't look like he's going to be there in the 5th round. Looks like he's going to be drafted higher. So then at this point is where I can start to think about possibly going a quarterback, because it depends on when these quarterbacks are going to go. Like the only quarterback that really I want to draft is going to be Kyler Murray. I don't have any wide receivers, so so maybe I should go. I would love to have DJ Moore, but he's not going to get there. So if I'm sitting here looking at wide receivers that I could possibly take, yeah, I should have probably went a wide receiver instead of going DeAndre Swift. But my God, I just love DeAndre Swift at that range so much. And I mean, is there going to be that big of a difference? Yeah, probably between. There's just a couple wide receivers that are going later here. All right. That I do like. You have the Cincinnati wide receivers. This should be a team that should throw the ball a ton. You still have Odell Beckham Jr. Yes, he's coming off an ACL tear, but that was early in the season. He should be okay to go. You have your Steeler wide receivers, Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, that should be heavily involved in this offense. And then a little bit later, you still have guys like, for me, that I still like, Michael Gallup. You have Juju Smith-Schuster going super late, Antonio Brown going really late. Like, there's plenty of wide receivers that can be solid wide receiver number 2s for you that are just going so late. So I'd much rather just take my shot at the running backs, hopefully hit at the running backs early in the draft, and just get my wide receivers later. Like, really, I would like to have my wide receiver number 1 by now. Ideally in like round 3 or round 4 is where I would like to have them. So I don't like to wait this long on wide receiver. But George Kittle and DeAndre Swift were just way too good of values. And so was Austin Eckler at that point, where I had to go them. It'd be criminal if I didn't go them at that price point. So I had to go them, right? But maybe I get, let's see. Tyler Lockett went. Did he go? Tyler Lockett, yeah. Amari Cooper, DJ Moore. I mean, really, wide receiver-wise, I'm looking at Deontay Johnson. And then on the way back, like, I could go Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, possibly. Odell Beckham Jr. is who I would be looking on the way back. So, I mean, even if Adam Thielen falls to me, I'm not huge on Adam Thielen this year, but as my wide receiver number 1 in the 5th round, I'm okay with that. Ayuk's going up there as well. Maybe I can get... No, I don't want to go quarterback. I'll get quarterback. I'll get quarterback later. So let's see. We got Adam Thielen goes. That's a guy that I was kind of hoping would get there. But I'm going to go probably Deontay. Deontay is going to be the guy that I'm going to snag here. If he's still there. I mean, he should be there. If he's not there, then I'm going to draft one of these Bengal wide receivers. All right, T. Higgins goes. All right, now I'm getting a little nervous here. One of these guys, well, okay, one of them's on. All right, he's going to probably go Brandon Ayuk. I'd imagine, because he's on auto pick. Come on, computer. All right, Brandon Ayuk. So I'm going to go Deontay Johnson. Do I like Deontay Johnson as my wide receiver one? I'm not thrilled about Deontay Johnson being my wide receiver number one, but now I'm just going to have to target wide receivers a little bit in the next couple of rounds. I'm not going to be able to get, like right now, I would absolutely love to get Kyler Murray, but I'm not going to be able to do that because I got to put a little bit of focus on the wide receiver position. So I'm going to just wait on quarterback and see who else I can get as a wide receiver, and then try to stack the wide receiver with the quarterback. There's a couple options that I could possibly go here, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I got to look at these wide receivers. Maybe it's like Tom Brady, and trying to get like Antonio Brown, stacking that. Really, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I can go. There's not a whole lot of guys when I'm looking at this to stack with the quarterbacks that are. We'll see. We'll see. So we got Mark Andrews coming off the board. I would have liked to get Kyler Murray there, honestly. Kyler Murray is the guy I was looking, but I got to go some wide receivers. So here we go. We got Jamar Chase going. Should be gone. If Jamar Chase is still there, I'll probably go Jamar Chase. If he's not there, then I'm probably going to go Odell Beckham Jr., and one of those guys should be there. So I would really like to go Javonte Williams. But I'm going to go with one of these guys, get a solid wide receiver number 2 on my team that I feel good about. Hopefully it's going to be, all right, Jamar Chase, so I'll queue up Jamar Chase. If he wasn't there, I'd probably go Odell. Robbie Anderson still in this range. Chase Claypool I still feel good about, so I'm going to go Jamar Chase. And yes, he has been struggling in camp a little bit, as per the reports, but he's an explosive wide receiver that this is a team that should throw the ball a shit ton. All right, and the thing is, I said this earlier, he wasn't a very good route runner in college. He was a good enough route runner in college. What he was really good at was just a freak athlete that when he turned on the burners, he was so damn fast, and then also was good at the contested catch. He was able to come back to the ball, make a highlight catch. So, yeah, you'd like to see him being a better route runner, but also he hasn't played football in a whole year, so he's going to need some time to adjust. So I'm not overly concerned about the reports out of camp with Jamar Chase. But I do like T. Higgins, though. I do like T. Higgins. All right, so now coming back on me, let's see. There's a couple of guys that I don't mind in this range. I'm not going to go a quarterback. I'm just going to wait on quarterback. I'm going to target wide, because I already went a tight end early. So if I go a quarterback early-ish, I'm going to be putting myself kind of behind in terms of the talent at wide receiver and running back here that I want to target in these middle rounds, some high upside guys. And then I'm just going to get my quarterbacks like super late. I'd rather go with a quarterback. So like my ideal situation with a quarterback is going like later, getting like a Kirk Cousins, or taking a stab at like Matt Ryan, and then pairing those up with the Trey Lance and Justin Fields. Like that's like my ideal situation, because I have a starting quarterback that's going to be the starting quarterback for their team. I don't have to worry about that. And then I can get one of these young rookies where they come in, maybe they're not going to be the best passer, but they got the rushing upside. They got the cheat code. They got that cheat code that can turn into a top 10 quarterback for you at the end of the season. So that's what I like to do late, is I'll just target quarterback super late, unless I can get Kyler in the 5th, which I feel good about Kyler Murray in the 5th. He's the only quarterback that really I feel good about drafting that early. Lamar Jackson as well. I do like Dak, but I don't want to draft them in the 5th round. I'd rather get him in like round 6 if I have Amari Cooper at that point and stack that team. But right now I'm just going to look at possibly getting like Darnell Mooney to stack with Justin Fields a little bit later. So we'll see how this works out. All right, so right now let's look at the wide receivers. So there's 2 guys that I really like here. 2 guys that I really like. I like Michael Carter, and I like Jerry Jeudy in this range. I'm also a fan of James Conner. Kenny Golladay at this point isn't bad, honestly, but I'd imagine he's probably going to be gone. At least with this auto pick, he's probably going to be gone. So Aaron Rodgers, maybe this auto pick goes a quarterback. No, they already have a quarterback, so they're probably going to go. Yeah. Oh, they go. Oh my gosh. All right, so now I got to decide. I was kind of hoping he'd be gone so I can feel good about drafting Jerry Jeudy here. I'm just gonna go with Jerry Jeudy because I don't think Kenny Galladay is gonna be there at that point, so I don't want to have to. I just don't think Kenny Galladay will be gone by that point. Pick 2, Kupp, Higgins, Ayuk. So just what wide receivers I like more. For me, Cooper Kupp definitely. And it is really close between T. Higgins and Ayuk. I think I do have Ayuk a couple spots in my rankings. I don't even have my rankings pulled up here. I should pull them up. Let me see. Let me get my rankings pulled up. But I know that I have Ayuk a couple spots ahead of T. Higgins. But T. Higgins has been somebody that I've been definitely moving up my draft board because these reports about Ja'Marr Chase, which, once again, the reports, and he wasn't that good of a route runner. He was a good route runner, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't his specialty in college. So let's see. Wide receiver rankings. Brandon Ayuk. Yes, he's above T. Higgins. Where's T. Higgins at? So he's 3 spots ahead of T. Higgins currently. For me. It is close, though. Uh-oh. I have the draft pulled up. Here we go. All right. So who do I have here? James Conner. We got David Johnson, Juju Smith-Schuster. So there's a lot of guys that I do like in this range. I mean, even like Juju, Tyler Boyd, Antonio Brown. Let's see. But I'm going to go running back. And that's going to be James Conner, somebody that's going to have a role. I don't care what anybody says. He's going to have a role this upcoming season. All right? He's going to have a role in this offense. I need to find... Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. Is Tyler Boyd the wide receiver 3 on the Bengals? Yeah, I do think he's the wide receiver number 3. Ja'Marr Chase is just... Once again, like, I know he's been struggling in camp, but he's just also at the same time... He's a phenomenal, like a generational athlete in terms of his ability to go up and get the ball. And then it's just combination of speed, acceleration was nuts. Like playing at the highest level he played at, he was burning those players that are also pro players as well. Like absolutely can fly, like a freak on the athleticism score. So I still like Tyler Boyd, don't get me wrong. And I think that the Bengals can honestly lead the NFL in passing attempts. I would not be surprised if the top 5 teams, if they're in the top 5 teams in terms of passing attempts, like that can easily happen for the Bengals this upcoming season. So regardless if he's wide receiver number 3 on his team, I still think he's fine. Like for me, Michael Gallup, like I'm going to target Michael Gallup here next, depending on how this draft goes. Once again, this is why I hate doing these mock drafts in these lobbies, because at this point it's just like everybody's checked out. They're all, when this is like arguably the most important part of the draft, but then you look at fucking defenses are going. Like that doesn't give you a fair shake at this shit. So it's either you do that or you get in a paid lobby, which I don't want to get in a paid lobby every time I want to do a damn mock draft. So it's so frustrating at times. It's like you need to have people. I'm going to leave this and I'm just going to do another one. It's frustrating because I want to be able to sit here and do real mock drafts against people that are going to take it serious. That way I know, man, this is where this player is going, rather than a defense going in the 8th round, which is absolutely nuts. Like what Yahoo needs to do is they need to update that to not do that stupid shit of, oh, let me fill out my player list. Now in the 10th round, let me draft a kicker. Like, no, that's how you're fucking bobs. That's how the bad people draft. And if you're one of them, that's why you're watching the channel. Don't be a bad person that's drafting like that. But wait on that shit. This should be your last 2 picks. That Yahoo should adjust that to draft accordingly. Like, what do you... Come on. On defense in the 8th round? Absolutely nuts. That's so stupid. I don't know if maybe... I don't use any of the other ones. Maybe I should use ESPN. and see how that is. Maybe ESPN's better. We'll try ESPN. We'll see if that works better. I don't know if maybe one of you guys use, like, I've seen some people use NFL. I don't know. I've never used NFL, honestly, for fantasy football. So maybe that's a good one. But I'm going to try, we'll try ESPN. See if that works. If that's any better than the Yahoo garbage. I do like Yahoo's site, their fantasy site. Where's mock drafts? Am I missing it? Probably totally missing it. ADP. How do you get to a mock draft? Yahoo. I don't know how you get to a mock draft. Where I'm gonna find out today. Live draft trends. How the hell do you get to a mock draft on Yahoo? Does anybody know? League home. Go back to this. Am I missing it? I just feel like it should be up there at the top. Like, maybe sign up for fantasy football, join the public league. I don't want to join. Where's just the mock draft lobby? The hell? I don't know. I don't know where the mock draft lobby is. So, hey, well, I guess we got 2 minutes, so I'm gonna go try out NFL. I've never done this mock draft at all. ESPN, just search ESPN. That's what I was gonna do. Well, let's see. I guess since we're here, join a league. Can you do mock drafts from here? ESPN mock draft. All right, so let's see. I want to do 12. What time is this? Oh, is this a salary cap? Ooh, let's do a beginner. It's a beginner one though. Hey, well, let's go on there. What classifies a beginner? We're gonna join it. We're gonna do a salary draft. A salary draft, baby. So my favorite thing for salary drafts are, and it depends if, well, let's hope this lobby doesn't get filled with auto draft. But my thing with salary draft, I haven't done a lot of them. I won't lie. But my favorite thing to do is just to keep waiting, because people sometimes are not the brightest and they just spend their money like crazy. So you can just get crazy value later. So that's usually mine. There are certain guys that obviously I like to target, but I'll just like click somebody that I know somebody's going to bid super high on. So I'll click on like a CeeDee Lamb. Somebody's going to be like, oh my God, I need CeeDee Lamb. Just get people to waste their money and then be able to draft, like keep waiting. I might go like 10 people and I still don't even have a pick. It might be like 15 people and I still don't have anybody. And then I start to get the guys that are pretty solid value at their price points and be able to draft my team out pretty solidly from there. So I just wait a little bit unless there's somebody that I really like, but I don't want to overpay for anybody. And your top guys just go for way too much. Like I'll probably never have Christian McCaffrey in this, because he just goes for too much money. You're going to have somebody that's going to just overpay on him. All right, so 2 minutes. 2 minutes. In the meantime, I guess we'll look at NFL.com and see. I should just Google it as well, honestly. Just Google NFL mock. I feel like that's going to pull up. Yeah. Fantasy mock. Draft Wizard, mock drafts, NFL. All right. I gotta sign up. You're gonna make me sign up? I guess for the other ones I sign up. I thought I'll just use Facebook. Oh man. No, son of a bitch. Just use. Can it just sign me in? I don't want to put in my password and shit. I don't even remember what my password is. Majority of them are just saved passwords. What? Making me use my damn password? I don't know what it is. Well, I guess I'm not using NFL. Screw it. Most of the sites just automatically log you in. Man, whatever. I'll just use this site and hopefully this works out. All right, I'm going to pull up my rankings now. I'm going to pull up my rankings, which are going to be available for everybody. We're going to make a change here and make them available for everybody. We're going to load them up to our website. So you're going to have my rankings from wide receiver 1 to wide receiver. I have the top 100 wide receivers. I have them ranked. I'm going to adjust all of this before I put it on the website. I want to make sure that this is all adjusted. So I have my top 100 wide receivers, my top 100 running backs. I have my top 250 players, my top 40 top 40 quarterbacks, my top 40 tight ends, and then defenses. Top 32 defenses are ranked, and then I think I only did like 25 kickers or something. So all of that's going to be available for free on our website. That will be up this upcoming weekend. We'll have all of that up on our website, so you can check that out. And yeah, it's totally free. You'll be able to have it for free. So, all right, let's get over to this lobby. We'll get into this mock draft lobby. Hopefully, I got to make sure that it's popping up. I believe it's, yeah. All right, so we're here 2 minutes. This is going to be interesting. I haven't done a salary cap mock draft this season. So we'll see how this works out. Look at that. We already got like 4 people on auto draft. I hope they're not. It's going to be so lame if they are. Man, this takes you from the auto draft lobby. All right, I need to type in ESPN mock draft again. And we'll just get into your regular snake draft. So let's look for a 12-man team league snake draft. What time is it? Okay, so this one. Beginner. Let's do, I want to do a pro. All right, pro 12 right there. All right, get in this one. Enter this one. No, they got a pro. Okay, this is the pros. This is where all the pros go. Do you think the pros go in the beginners and just beat up on the rookies? Well, we'll see here. Which one am I? Okay, so I'm pick number 3. All right, 3 minutes. We'll see how this one goes. Because, man, look at that. There's already 5 people on auto pick. 5 people on auto pick already. That sucks. Well, we'll do this until this draft comes up. We'll do this draft, and well, hopefully they don't go on auto pick then. The pro lobby, I didn't know. So maybe I'll just do my mock drafts on ESPN now. If these people are considered pros and they stay with the mock draft, then I'll just start doing them on mock. I'll start doing them on ESPN, and then I'll get NFL set up. All right, so let's see. $73. What is your budget? Is it usually like 200 or something? Yeah, you're $73 for Christian McCaffrey at 200. Just way too much. To be honest, I just joined a public league since none of them really leave, and then I just hide the league. That's a pretty good idea too, honestly. That's not a bad idea, honestly. But then I hate. So actually, I could do that for ESPN. I'll probably do that for ESPN. That's a good idea. Because for Yahoo, you get that little grade. I don't know if ESPN has.
Welcome to the best day of the year.
Jesus,
draft day.
That scared me. But you get that grade in Yahoo now, like your platinum, gold, and all that stuff. So I don't want that to mess up my grade, especially if I don't keep up with the league. So I'll do that on ESPN though. That way I don't have to mess up the grade. So $70, $80. That's a real person. He bet $80. I should go 81, but I'm not gonna. Oh, there we go. 82. Team Irish is. Oh, look at this bidding war. 83, huh? See, this is why I'll just keep waiting. You guys can go ahead and get Christian McCaffrey. $1, $2, $21, 49, 54, 63, 65, up to 71 now. Man, that is loud. I need to turn that down. You turn off the sound. There we go. All right, so how much did he just go for? $75. Offer 76. Oh, let's see if they would take it. Oh, no. This is what this is right now. So who's... Oh, he hasn't gone yet. They're still bidding. 77? How much did Christian McCaffrey just go for it? Wasn't it like 80 something? $83.77. Man, see, they're just overpaying. Like, paying too much. Patrick Mahomes? That's who I'm going to put in. I'm going to put in Josh Allen. I'll be the next person I put in. I'll be Josh Allen. What is Patrick Mahomes bidding at? $13? That's it? Oh, that's actually surprising. I figured he'd go for a little bit more than that. All right, who's the fourth player off the board here? I'll put in... Which one am I? Oh, way back there. Alvin Kamara? I'll pay that much for Alvin Kamara. All right. I'll get Zeke or somebody else. What do we have? 65, 66. One of these guys want one of these players so bad. 68. Who has the top pick right now? Or top bid? 69. Do you think maybe I could bid him up to 70? Come on, do it. Because I don't want him. No! Fuck! Oh, yeah. I don't want him for 70. You can keep him. Maybe I could have bid him up a little bit more. But that was like down to a second he waited. He was really contemplating it. Maybe he wants me to think he was contemplating it. I don't know. These computers are going so damn fast. It's so hard to keep up. This is the one that I do want to do. I'm gonna focus on this one. But you already have... Come on, man. You people, this is supposed to be the pro lobby. All right, there we go. We got him in. What about... Does this mean that they're not there? All right. Travis Kelce going up to 66. Who bid on it? The computer. Come on, one of you guys bid on him. Bid on him. Nope. $3, $19, Derrick Henry. It's going so fast. This guy will bid up.
Welcome to the best day of the year.
Damn it! I didn't want him. Oh well, I'm leaving this one anyways. All right. We got this. Ooh, everybody's in the lobby too. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got a real draft on our hands. Everybody's here. All right, so we got Christian McCaffrey going. Next we have Dalvin Cook. Is he going Dalvin Cook? What are you doing, homie? Pick. You not there? Man, that sucks. So I guess we don't have everybody in the draft. Oh, I was on the clock. No, I'm not on the clock. I'm on the clock now. All right, so damn, Saquon's at number 3 on Yahoo. What a difference it is going from Yahoo to ESPN. Or ESPN, yeah, it's 3 on ESPN. I mean, me personally, I'm going Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is my number 3 running back, so Alvin Kamara. Let's see who else. Travis Kelce is also the 4th ranked player on here. This is crazy. It's a big difference going from there to Yahoo. Screw Yahoo. Jonathan Taylor? Saquon? Man, these people draft a lot differently on ESPN. Jonathan Taylor's consistently getting there in round number 2. In the second round. Alright, this is fun. This is fun. Alright, let's do this. Monte Adam, Austin Eckler, Travis Kelce. This draft is looking pretty solid so far. We still got Nick Chubb is there. Tyreek Hill. Aaron Jones. Man, that's really good. Get Aaron Jones that late, I would take that 100%. Tyreek Hill. Stephon Diggs. So that guy, can you just click on them? Their team. Oh, over here. Okay. Aaron Jones, Calvin Ridley. That's really a solid start. 2 wide receivers. All right. So we got DeAndre Hopkins, Nick Chubb in the second round like that. That's really good too. Nick Chubb. So, so I'm going to have to go DeAndre Swift earlier on this site because he's going a lot earlier compared to Yahoo. And then the third round, I'll target a wide receiver. All right. So we got Antonio Gibson off the board. Najee Harris, Joe Mixon are still there. We got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, David Montgomery. This is definitely a pro lobby here. This is feeling a lot better than Yahoo, for sure. Pros? I don't know pros, but better than Yahoo definitely was. Joe Mixon. I'm hoping to get, I want DeAndre Swift. And then the third round I'll probably get, it depends if one of these running backs are still here, or maybe a tight end. I'm on the clock, and I'm going to go DeAndre Swift. All right, let's get it. Oh, baby. David Montgomery? Really? He's going that early? Fuck. Why are the tight ends so far down on the list here? I'm going to go, I mean, in the third round, I'm going to go one of these tight ends. Unless Justin Jefferson is still there, then I'll go Justin Jefferson in the third. But I'll take a stab at Darren Waller, George Kittle in the third round. Honestly, there's still so many. I don't know. I don't like to be this early in the draft. This is why I don't like, because I just feel like right now is for me, is too early to take one of these tight ends early in the third round. But like if I'm later in the third round, I feel good about that if they fall to me, and then I don't have to take one of them. Where here, it's just like, do I take them? Do I go J.K. Dobbins? I like J.K. Dobbins there. We still have Mike Evans, Terry McLaurin, Keenan Allen. All right, I'm just going to go with the best player available, and I'm going to go with Darren Waller. Darren Waller, tight end in the third round. I don't love it, early third round, but we're going to see how this plays out. Really, I would have liked to get him. I would have liked to probably go wide or tight end early, but there's just too many guys to choose from right here. And to me, Darren Waller having a rock solid tight end in the third round is fine. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with getting him in the third round. I'd rather it be late third round, but it is what it is. In the fourth round, though, I'm going to be looking to get a wide receiver, which I'm early in the draft order, so probably going to get somebody like a DJ Moore, Tyler Lockett is who I'll be looking at. And then in the fifth round, I'll probably go it's just too, like in the fifth round, and once again, if I get like a Kyler Murray late fifth round, like I'm totally fine with that. But going them early in the fifth round, like I just don't, it's not that big of a difference, but there's still like these couple of guys that I like over him, rather than like the talent starts to drop off a little bit once you get to like the later fifth round, and it's just, to me, it's a little bit better. Even if I get Dak that late, I'm okay with that. I absolutely love DeAndre Swift this upcoming season. All right, I love DeAndre Swift. I wasn't a big DeAndre Swift fan heading into the season, but now that we're in the season, I like DeAndre Swift a lot. All right, so we got, who's up? We got J.K. Dobbins, Keenan Allen, Mari Cooper. Did CeeDee Lamb go? Oh, so CeeDee Lamb got drafted. It's getting drafted after Amari Cooper. Interesting that Yahoo has Kupp over Woods. Pretty sure, and ESPN has Woods. Yeah, like this is a lot different. Like looking at this overall compared to Yahoo, it's a lot different. Like Miles Sanders is not ranked as high. Like even though your tight ends are ranked higher, they're like in the 20s compared to the tight ends on this site. So there's a lot of different players here. I mean, even Deontay Johnson would be lower. Cooper or Brian, he's like below Brandon Ayuk. So the fact that Deontay Johnson's that high is also interesting. Josh Allen's 56. Patrick Mahomes 55. Yeah, right. On Yahoo, they're like 30. Okay, I'm definitely drafting on ESPN now, because this feels much more like a draft. Because at this point, you'd already have Patrick Mahomes. He'd be gone. All right, so we're feeling good here. We're feeling good. Guys, is that in the fourth round? George Kittle in the fourth round? No, he goes in the third round. Okay. I mean, basically in the fourth round. I just don't see that happening in your regular drafts. I don't think he goes that late. Maybe he does. Maybe I need to reassess my draft. But like, even on all the drafts that I've done, and then like Underdog, he's been going. He goes in the third round. Early third round, usually second round, like Darren Waller's gone. So these guys, this is a lot different on ESPN, but I like it. It's more challenging. I got to get used to how they draft now. Ugh. That though, I don't like that. Ugh. Mark Andrews that early? Yuck. You got Josh Jacobs still on the board. I'd go Darrell Henderson over Josh Jacobs. Adam Thielen off the board. What's this dude's team looking like? Team Party. Yeah. Austin Eckler, Miles Sanders, DeAndre Hopkins, Adam Thielen. All right, so we got some good looking teams. Some good competition here. Ideally, who I'd like to get back to me is Tyler Lockett. If DJ Moore gets back to me, I'm okay with that as well. I think I'll definitely have a shot at one of those two guys And if not, possibly, I mean, really, I guess looking at it, because he's not usually here as well, is Chris Godwin. I'd really like Chris Godwin, but I don't think he gets back to me. And if he doesn't, then that's okay. Cooper Kupp, Tyler Lockett, DJ Moore, all those guys I'm definitely looking at right now. I probably want to go Tyler Lockett right now because I could probably get him. All right, there goes Chris Godwin. So I want Mike Davis. Yuck. I'm pretty sure. Let me check my ranking. I believe I have. I don't know. I might have Tyler Lockett, DJ Moore. They're back to back. So I'm gonna go DJ Moore, and then go Tyler Lockett in the 5th if he's there. If not, like I'm okay with getting Ayuk, Cooper Kupp, Deontay Johnson there as well. Then target my pass catching back or Javonte Williams in the next round if they're still there. They won't be there though. We got Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett's still on the board. Patrick Mahomes goes now. I mean, this is a good spot to draft the quarterbacks as well, honestly. But I don't want to have to go one this early. Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Kyler Murray's fine, but is there a way to show the draft board? Like this draft board? Is it not showing up? Or like make it bigger? Oh, or you're saying like I know what you're saying. I don't know. I've never used ESPN. I've never used ESPN, so I can try. Let me see here. Because the best one that's set up like that is Sleeper. I love the way Sleeper has it set up. Sleeper has it set up perfectly. But I've never used ESPN. That's the first time I'm really using ESPN. So let me look. Let me Google it. I'll try to find out. Maybe it's in the pick history. Well, over here, you're saying? I don't even see, like... There's no tabs to pick on. Pick history right here. What would be nice if it had it... Like, basically like this, except you have... This just expanded. Would be nice if it had it like that, but... I don't believe so. Maybe... I mean, I can look at it this way, I guess. But the Sleeper has it set up so much nicer. What people need to do is, or what Sleeper needs to do is, they need to just keep doing what they're doing because it looks good. I think Sleeper, the functionality of Sleeper is a little bit clunky, a little bit. But the look of Sleeper looks good, especially when you're drafting on Sleeper. I think it looks really good. I mean, Underdog looks really good too. Like I love the way Underdog is set up, which I'll be doing an Underdog stream. It won't be today, but I'll be doing it in the coming days. It won't be tomorrow because I got 2 big drafts tomorrow. 2 of my big leagues with some of my high school friends that I gotta dominate. Okay, I gotta dominate. So it won't be tomorrow. Possibly on Saturday or Sunday. If not, then Monday. I'm gonna start doing honestly live streams a lot as we get closer, as we're getting closer to the draft season. So, I mean, we're kind of getting into the heart. Next week is really when drafts are going to pick up, and then towards like late August is really when everybody's going to be doing their drafts. So, I'm going to start doing live streams like every single night. Maybe it's in pick. Oh no, I already looked at that. Yeah. So, I mean, this appears to be the best draft board. Yeah, the grid is so much nicer to see. I agree with you. That's why, like Sleeper, I love how Sleeper is set up. Well, the way that this is set up, mock drafts. Okay, I love the way this looks. Change it, but I love the black, the dark. Then that way you can also, yeah, pull this up and then have your own little draft guide here of guys that you like. This is the best. This is what we're gonna start doing this. I don't know if you guys are in the Discord, but we have a Discord, and in the channel, it's down in the link below. In the Discord channel, we have a mock draft lobby. We're gonna start doing mock drafts with everybody. So if you're interested in doing it with real life people instead of people that go on auto pick, we're gonna be doing it over there, and on Sleeper is where we're gonna be doing it. So right now, I got this tough decision. Do I want Ja'Marr Chase, or do I want Javonte Williams? That's what it comes down to me.
Quick, make your pick.
I'm going to go Javonte Williams. And then hopefully I can get one of these wide receivers. Michael Gallup even goes a lot higher. Like over on Yahoo, he goes way too late. But over here, he's going a lot higher, so that's good. All right, so let's see here. Okay, there's a couple guys. Obviously, as a Steelers fan, Juju, I like Juju, but I'm gonna go with. I do like Will Fuller, but I'll probably target Jalen Waddle later than Will Fuller. So really, it comes down to Jerry Jeudy for me or Michael Gallup. Jerry Jeudy or Michael Gallup, and who I have ranked higher.
Quick, make your pick.
So I'm gonna go Jerry Jeudy. I'm very high on Jerry Jeudy this upcoming season. No, this round 1 picks were worse than the options you were looking at before. Yeah, like in a good kind of way. Well, like in a good competition kind of way. Like these were better than the guys drafting with previously. Like let's look at these picks real quick. Pick history. Yeah, like these guys were doing. This was much better drafting than before. Absolutely. Like especially compared to Yahoo, where Yahoo right now you'd be looking at defense getting taken off the board, and they're still. Yeah, this is looking real good. This is looking realistic. This is realistic here compared to Yahoo, where that was not realistic. All right, so we got who we got here. I got a while. We got a couple of people on auto pick right now. But looking down the list, Jalen Waddle's down there. We still have Antonio Brown, Jarvis Landry. I'm not going to go a quarterback. I'm going to wait on my quarterback, and the quarterback that I'm going to draft is going to be like Justin Fields, Trey Lance, mixed in. Trey Sermon goes really late on here. Wow. That's somebody that's going super late on ESPN compared to Yahoo. Who else? Anybody else? That's probably like the biggest one that sticks out to me. Yeah, Yahoo is actually garbage. Yeah. No, I agree. This is Brandon Cooks. Okay. This is definitely a lot better than Yahoo's. So you know what, Yahoo? I like your site in terms of running my leagues there. Because I have for a while, but in terms of drafting, yeah, you guys are done. They need to update this shit. This is actually really nice. I didn't know that they had like your beginner lobby and then pro lobby. That's a really good idea. Because then it gets those people that thinking, oh shit, I'm a fucking pro. I'm a pro. I'll be able to kill this draft. Watch me. You'll get those, people like that, like a me in this, and I'll draft like that. So your Tom Brady week, quarterback 1 week 16. Hey, well, good. I'm glad I helped you win. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help everybody win. Here to help people win their fantasy football leagues. Give my knowledge on fantasy football because I spend way too much time looking at fantasy football stats and all that shit. So, yeah. I'm more than happy. And you can feel free to ask any type of questions whenever you feel like. You can follow us on Twitter if you don't already follow us on Twitter. Get in the Discord, ask us any kind of questions you have at any point in the season, and we'll answer your questions. So get into my pick. Let me take a look at my team. So I got 3 running backs. I got my tight end. I got 3 wide receivers. Looking pretty good. I'm just going to continue to get my depth on wide receiver and running back. Person I'm looking at, if he can get to me, is possibly Jalen Waddle. I do think that there's a lot of upside in this Miami's offense this upcoming season. Michael Carter's going that late too. Shit. All right, that's who I lost to Kamara 6-10. Yeah, I mean that's impossible to win, you know. At his best game of the season in the most crucial time. What a stud. What an absolute stud he is. I mean, even Damian Harris, like, he's going pretty late. Well, I thought he was going higher than that. He's definitely... What is his ADP? I thought it was much higher than that in terms of ADP. Yeah, he's much higher than that. So Yahoo has him a lot lower. I mean, Michael Carter's a lot lower. Even James Conner's a lot lower. Is this supposed to be full point PPR? Just PPR? I mean, I'm just taking it as like half point PPR. I'm not taking it as like full point, so I don't know. Maybe that's why he's so low. But coming up right now, I mean, I have a lot of options here that I like. Even Jarvis Landry. I do like Jarvis Landry a lot. Well, that made my pick easy because I was honestly thinking about going Jalen Waddle, but now I'm just going to go Jarvis Landry. So I'm going to go Jarvis Landry here, and then on the way back, I'm going to get Michael Carter. He did look really good last night. I will say, though, they did come out and say that he was struggling in camp. And I know that he had a really good game last night. He had that really long run. We might see him working a little bit later in the season, but they have been talking up Damian Williams a ton in camp. But me personally, I really don't even want the New England running back, to be honest with you. The New England running back that I want is James White. He's going to have the role, and maybe these other guys are going to compete for the other role, but he's going to have the third down role, and we'll have that. He's the best third down back on that team. There's no competition. There's no more Rex Burkhead, so he's going to be that guy for this team. Where you can have Stevenson and Damian Williams possibly challenge for that other spot. All right. So me personally, I'm gonna go Michael Carter. Is who I'm gonna go. Michael Carter. What's cracking? What's cracking, big dogs? Yeah, who's that? All right. So Michael Carter, and we got people starting to check out, which is disappointing when they start to check out like that. Wish they would stay, but it is what it is. After this draft, we'll just go ahead and close up shop 2. Start getting ready. This was a good stream though. It was the first one. It took me about 15 minutes to figure out how to get it running again. I had to put in the code into what is it? I always forget. Whatever this is, I forget what it's called. Damn. OBS. Yes, that's what it's called. OBS. So I totally forgot how to do that. So it took me a little bit there to get everything figured out, but it was a good stream. Thank you all for hanging out. It's been real. I've enjoyed it. Love talking football, everything. So, yeah, big dog's gonna eat. Nick. I do respect the hell out of Nick. I like Nick a lot. He's probably, like, if I had to pick one, honestly, in terms of people that I would suggest other people following, Nick would be that person. He would be the top person, because for me, Nick what I like about Nick is that he's real. Like I go on Twitter, and I hate to say this kind of stuff, but I just go on Twitter, and like fantasy football on Twitter is just all about clicks. Like that's all. I don't know if you guys are on Twitter that much, but there's this guy, I don't want to say his name, but literally just the other day he tweeted Lamar Jackson is overrated. And then a minute later he tweets Lamar Jackson is underrated. And then somebody's like, yo, you're just doing that for clicks. And then he gives a smiley face. Like, that's all it is. Like, at the end of the day, it all comes down to clicks, but also, like, put out good content. Like, it doesn't always need to be about good clicks. Like, of course, sometimes I have clickbaity shit, but I just try to put out solid content. That's what Nick does. He just puts out solid content, and I respect him for that. And he's real, and he swears. He doesn't care about what the hell you think. He doesn't give a shit. That's what I respect about Nick. That's why I would never... I thought about it, and like, this is going to take off. Obviously, this channel is going to take off. I work extremely hard, and it will pay off. But I've also thought about, like, would I ever go to, like, one of these big networks if they offer me? And I was like, no, I wouldn't go to that. I would never do that. Because I couldn't be myself. I'd have to be, like, honed in. I'd rather just be myself. Fuck that. Alright, so I'm going to go James Conner. Yeah, James Conner. I do like James Conner. I feel like people are sleeping on James Conner. Maybe I'm liking him too much, but he fits right into that Kenyon Drake role. Like on a very good offense, one of the best offenses in the league, an offense that ran the fourth most plays last year, that should be right up there once again. So for me, I mean, James Conner is just an absolute smash when you get this late in the draft. He's going to miss some time. Certainly is going to miss some time. But he's also going to be somebody that's going to see a decent amount of work around the goal line, where Kenyon Drake was top 10 in both red zone touches. And then I believe he was number 3 or 4 in end zone touches last year. So just somebody that's going to see a ton of work. Not a ton of work, but a lot of work for somebody that's going late. And I feel like if you like compare him to Devin Singletary back here, like absolutely 100% of the time I'm going James Conner. Jamal Williams, 100% of the time I'm going James Conner. All right, another person that want to be on the clock. So I like, and there's quite a few guys here I like, but I'm just going to follow my draft board. It's going to be, where's Hardman? Yeah, Hardman's right there. I'm going to go Hardman. And something that I always see people saying is, why isn't Mecole Hardman just going to be the player that he was last year? And here's what I say to combat that. Have you seen my boy Mason over at Fantasy Block Network? Yeah, I've seen Mason. Mason does a really good job. Mason, what I'll say about Mason is that Mason's really smart. Because I'll say this. I think Nick is the best because Nick is incredibly intelligent in what he says in fantasy football, and he also is very good at just knowing what works and knowing how to play the algorithm. Where Mason, I won't lie, I don't think Mason is as good as Nick in terms of his football knowledge. But what Mason is very good at is Mason knows how to play the algorithm. He knows how to take advantage of the algorithm in his to his advantage. So that's what I think Mason is very good at. And what I look at Mason for guidance is how he's able to the videos that he posts, along with the thumbnails that he posts, at what time he posts and what times he does his live streams, I think is very smart on Mason's part. And that's why I think Mason is as good as he is. And obviously people like him for his fantasy advice, but me personally, I like him more because his business approach and how he approaches YouTube and his thought process with it, everything. So right about now, like everybody's on auto pick. Even Tua's up there, huh? Tua, what's up, Tua? What are the quarterbacks that are going? Elijah Moore is off the board. round is this? Round 12. I guess I should take a quarterback now. I'll still wait. I'll get one of these quarterbacks later. Did my homie already go? Quarterback wise. No, I still got. Did these guys already go? Did I already miss them? Trey Lance is still there. Trey Lance and Justin Fields are still there. Kirk Cousins is still there. Absolutely. I'll just continue to wait. And I'll get my boy Giovanni Bernard that I'm very high on this upcoming season. I wouldn't say high on him, but for where he's going in the drafts, I love taking Gio, especially in a PPR league. Give me Gio all day. Another guy that I do like, and I'll take him right here, is Marquez Callaway. Just because now on Yahoo, I got to be stuck with taking a defense and the kicker, but now I'll go quarterback, and I'll probably go for Cousins. I might take a shot at Tua. No way. Do you really? Hey, awesome. I do think, honestly, I think his thumbnails are good, and I didn't mention the editing, but I do think the editing's good because what I like so with Nick, what I like about Nick too is that I noticed that I don't know if he edits his own videos, but also at times like during the video, what I want to do, like the biggest thing for videos when you have fucking TikTok and all these other things, that it's so hard to keep everybody's attention span for the length of a video that YouTube wants you to. Like YouTube is starting to get outdated with some of the content, in the sense that people want it fast and now, where the YouTube algorithm doesn't really want that. Like they have YouTube Shorts right now, but YouTube Shorts are still shit. YouTube Shorts are not anywhere near TikTok, and probably will never be anywhere near TikTok is. So with YouTube, it's like really hard, because if you create longer videos, like people don't watch it if you're a smaller channel, because they'll go and watch the other Mike Tagliere. They'll go watch him instead of your shit that you're going to put out for 45 minutes. So like, it's so hard to try to create something right now, and you have to keep it engaging. Where, I mean, I'm getting way off topic, but with Nick, he keeps it engaging at times. He'll bring up shit on his screen, and then also you can tell post production there'll be shit that comes up. And then with Mason's, you do it, and I think you do a really good job at, like, if he's talking. I remember one video. I don't watch a whole lot of his stuff, to be honest. I don't watch anybody's shit, to be honest, because I don't want to have their ideas. I don't want to be influenced by their ideas in terms of fantasy football. I want to have my own ideas. But anyways, like in one of the videos was the stacking video, where he was talking about the teams to stack. And like when he was talking about those players, they would pop up on the screen. And like that's what I also like about him, is that the shit that he's talking about will pop up on the screen, which is really good. For me, I can't do that. I'm a one-man team. I can't edit the videos and then make the videos, write up the videos, and then also run TikTok and Instagram. Like I can't do all of that. Like for me, I would love my post-production to be a lot better than what it is, and I think I would do a lot better if it was better. That's why I try to do everything on the screen and do it behind a green screen so you can see it, instead of me having to do post-production. So
quick, make your pick.
But I do think that you do a really good job at keeping people engaged in videos, and I think that's what Mason's best thing is the thumbnails, engagement during the video, and then also, like I said, how he's able to, the times that he does his stuff is very good too. All right, let's draft I'm gonna go defense, and a team that they're gone. I'll go. Who do the Dolphins play with? I don't remember they pick or play. Chicago. No. That's not the first game of the season. Oh, they play Buffalo week 1. No, they play the Patriots week 1, which I'll start their defense week 1. So yeah, working 14 hours day 2. I mean, hats off to Mason. I work my ass off too. Like honestly, I wake up at like 5 o'clock every single morning and put in work, and I know that as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, I'll get there sooner. I'll get there someday. But I appreciate you guys stopping by, honestly. I do. I appreciate the time that you spent out of your day to at least have this up on your phones and just kind of watch, and I appreciate you. You guys are the real MVPs. And when we get there, and we're big, you guys won't be forgotten. So appreciate it. If you haven't already and you're still watching and you haven't liked the video, please do me a big favor and give me a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Check out all the latest content that we release daily. So thank you all. Thank you all. Have a great day. See you guys.